1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
Clicks don't show the full picture, but Cumulus Digital does. We show you exactly who saw your ad by name and address, and our campaigns beat industry benchmarks by over 25%. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to start outperforming.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit progressive.com today.
KCUV Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
First and goal inside the 5. Fafita fakes the toss, wants to run it to the left, picks up a nice block, turns the corner at the 10, down to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
That's a big-time run by Noah Fafita and a great call by Seth Dagey.
Chase Brown in motion now, right to left. Play fake, back to throw. Has time. Throws it out on the flat. Caught by Brown. Can he get away? No! He's tackled for a loss. Back at the 35-yard line. Boy, what a beautiful play out there by Gavin Hunter. Second down and 7. Fafita will take the snap. Hand off. Monty breaks it out to the 40, to the 51 men to beat, to the 40 and out of bounds inside the Kansas State 40-yard line. First down, Arizona.
Mahdi is like it's like a cannonball shot out. I mean, he just took off through that hole, found a crease, and he is in the secondary just like that.
Had a 60-yard run in the first half. He goes over 100 yards on the night, going for 34 on that one. If Arizona stops him, it's a Wildcat victory. Play clock down to 1. Did they get? Just got it off. Back to throw. Avery Johnson fires over the middle, and it's knocked away incomplete. Arizona football with 1 minute to go.
Genesis Smith, that play didn't have a chance. Genesis was all over the ball. They're fortunate he didn't intercept it, but he broke on the ball, swatted it down.
Another kneel down for Fafita. That should be it. That is it. Coaches will shake hands. Victory party now on a Friday night. What a weekend ahead. Arizona 23, Kansas State 17. Final here at Arizona Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great weekend. If you're an Arizona Wildcats football fan, I haven't, the police blotter has not come back with anything crazy. So I think everybody had it a responsible party weekend, which is good. And we don't want anything coming back on that in terms of too much celebration or shenanigans or anything like that. Act like you've been there before, I think is the phrase that they use. Act like you've been here before. Now, it has been quite a while since we've been here in this particular point. 3-0 to start the season, an undefeated non-conference. So feeling good. A week off, a chance to work on yourself, as they say, get some of those younger guys some reps. Coaches will get out on the road and recruit this weekend. Hey, when you're 3-0, coming off a win against a good team, maybe not as good a team as people thought in Kansas State. They were, again, we didn't really have a preseason poll this year. They took that away, but I think most people would have told you that they felt like Kansas State would probably be in the top 5. And that's not to say that they won't still be in the top 5 of this conference, but 0-2 for them to start conference play. So they're playing from behind already, and your Arizona Wildcats playing from ahead, going into a bye week and then a monumental road trip. We thought this game was important. We said this was a game that was really going to set the tone for the Brent Brennan era, the real first big home game that had a lot of meaning attached to it of the Brent Brennan era, and Arizona passed the test. Now they get to go on the road to what could be, not at this moment next week, but could be a top 10 team in Iowa State. Who knows what's going to happen? They've got a bye week this week, came in at number 12 in the most recent AP top 25 poll. Some people lose next week, and you might be looking at a road trip to a top 10 opponent with a chance to really, really put yourself on the map, win that game regardless of if they're in the top 10 or not. And you're looking at a ranked opponent, a ranked Arizona Wildcats team in Arizona and Brent Brennan's second Arizona season. That would be something. One step at a time. We're still a long ways away from Ames, Iowa, in about a little more, still over a week and a half. We do know the start time on that game right now. We found that out today. That will be a 4 o'clock Tucson time, so a late afternoon kick, our time, 6 o'clock, national television. Once again, the Arizona Wildcats will be on national TV. First game of the year was on national TV, TNT. Last game against Kansas State was on national TV, and this game coming up at Iowa State will also be on national television. So your Wildcats getting a lot of cred out there. Makes it much easier to go out and do that recruiting for the coaches this week when you're coming off a big win like that on Saturday, actually Friday night at the stadium. My name is David Kelly, joined as always by my guys. We have got J.W. Madden. We have got Dragon Ball David Amata. Guys, your top takeaways from a 23-17 win over Kansas State.
Well, you said set the tone, and to me, the biggest takeaway is the 75-yard wide receiver junk run, notwithstanding, they held Kansas State, which is a banged-up football team, but a very respectful football program. They just won the conference 2 years ago, right? They held that team under 100 yards passing, under 100 yards rushing, outside of that 75-yard scramble by a wide receiver for a touchdown, and one red zone opportunity, guys. One red zone opportunity for Avery Johnson. My biggest takeaway was how you talked all fall, DK, about how good the first-team defense looked versus the first-team offense in camp. Well, we're seeing that on the field. We'll talk a lot about holding penalties. We'll talk a lot about special-teamed muffing punts and so forth and so on. But outside of those self-inflicted injuries that Arizona had, I feel like the Arizona Wildcats dominated a very good Kansas State Wildcats program. They're a little banged up as well. We'll see how the real Ed is in a couple of weeks versus the Iowa State Cyclones in Ames. That's another great team on the horizon.
No, you mentioned the red zone opportunity for Kansas State. I still think, personally speaking, Dalton Johnson got the hit that he needed to have on Avery Johnson and kept the ball from touching the line. I still think Avery Johnson never crossed that line, but that's neither here nor there. The biggest thing to go ahead and look at this game is that we lamented last season there really wasn't a guy to go to for running the ball. This running back room for the Arizona Wildcats seems to have one guy that can go ahead and have a big moment regardless. We had one a couple weeks ago where Quincy Craig was able to go ahead and have a big game for himself. And then you also had this last one where Ismail Mahdi went ahead and dominated the game. And granted, everyone's probably thinking like, well, you want to differentiate the carries. No, when a guy's having a big game, Kelvin Ifan will go ahead and tell you, when one guy's doing the master's load in regards to controlling the ground and being the guy that the defense cannot stop, you keep giving him the ball regardless of the pitch count or whatever the carry allotments need to be. So seeing that both those guys have the capability to take over and be able to sustain that success throughout the game is a very promising thing. The offensive line, outside of a few holding calls on passing downs, they're really not necessarily making mistakes when they're running the ball. And that's the big thing. All the holds were really, in essence, on passing games. Yeah. So they're not holding on the run game, which is where I feel it's almost more deflating. If you're getting big runs and only to be brought back on a hold, you're thinking, well, did the hold even get made without the holding?
And it evened out because 8 for 18 on third down conversions, right? Yes. I mean, you talk about those holds. A lot of those tend to happen early in counts, especially if you run the ball on first down, you don't get much yardage. You get a holding on the second down pass play, then all of a sudden you're looking at 3rd and 16 or whatever. I think Arizona came back from a lot of those mental errors because it's every all for one for all. Every single player on that team was responsible for every single play, even the guys who are out on the field, right? However, if one or two guys is holding DK and you keep hearing the same exact numbers called, it's up to the entire group to come back together and find a way to make positive yards after the fact. And 8 for 18 on third downs, And they really did have move the ball and move the chains when they needed to. And the time of possession, I mean, obviously Kansas State got crushed in time of possession their previous game. I think they only had 6 drives the entire game. Arizona, which does not usually DK, come out on top 36-23.
Yeah, 36 minutes. That's what I said going in. I wanted to see 35 plus. I thought that would be a key number for Arizona to put themselves in a position to win. And when you win against a team like Kansas State, the awards come crashing down on Tucson. Ishmael Mahdi today named the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week. Senior running back, 189 yards. Most recorded in a game against a Power 4 opponent this season. That's across Power 4. That's this year. Best rushing game this year. Second most of his career. 32 yards receiving as well. And you heard the one play-by-play cut there where they talked about that 60-yard run, and he burst through that hole. To me, the play that really showed his speed was in the second half on the dump-down screen pass that he caught.
In traffic.
In traffic. And then he just it was just like
DK,
he was shot out of a cannon.
When he caught that, I was like, where's he going? And then literally a split second later, there was nobody around him.
Yeah. He hit that hole and got upfield. I was like, wow, that is explosion right there from Ishmael Mahdi. We of course we had the Brent Brennan press conference today over at the facility, and as I'm walking up, here comes Ishmael Mahdi, and I said, Big 12 Player of the Week, and he, very modest young man, he said, thank you. And the door was locked, so he put in the code. He had to open the door with the code. He put in the code. I said, let me open the door for you, young man. Right there. So, yeah, Ishmael Mahdi, Big 12 Conference Offensive Player of the Year. And how about this? The offensive line, Big 12 Offensive Line of the Week. I think they call this the Beef Award or something of that nature. And the Wildcats, all we needed now, we need the trifecta. All we need now is the fan base or the student section of the week award to go along with all these awards that the Wildcats are bringing home.
I'll say this: you love to see it, because when Arizona, there was rumors that they might enter the Big 12. That was the real thing. Is in the Pac, there's so many spread offenses. You could get away with a little lighter offensive line and still have success, but not in this conference, guys. I mean, this is a big boys conference, a lot of meat up there on both lines. Yep. So having them be named the offensive line of the week in a conference where some detractors said they're not going to be strong enough on the lines to be able to compete in that conference, DK?
Yeah.
I mean, I know this wasn't a conference game, but that's a conference team. And all signs point to again, holding aside, Brennan made that a point of emphasis last week to clean up holding penalties. There was a little bit, especially in that first half, I think there was 3 out of 5 plays, something like that, were holding. Outside of that, I think the line did a great job, and the defensive line as well. I mean, we've talked a lot about the offense so far, but again, I mean, holding that Kansas State offense to under 200 yards total, 193 net yards, and that includes that junk 75-yard semi-wildcat type of setup where they direct snap to the wide receiver. That was the only time they ever ran a play like that in that game. I think the defensive line and offensive line both did a great job.
And not just the defensive line, the edge defenders for the University of Arizona had a lot to do with it, too. I mean, we talk about when defenses are living in somebody's backfield, it's usually right behind the offensive line. There were screen passes that were getting sniffed out on the edge about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, Gavin Hunter is slowly but surely becoming one of these guys that I'm watching. I'm watching him because he is able to get good in coverage, but he's willing to make those tackles right at or behind the line of scrimmage. And he may not always bring the guy down, but he breaks him down and lets his teammates get to him. That was the biggest thing, is you're seeing those loss of net yardage, not just behind the line of scrimmage, behind the offensive line. You're seeing it out on the edge, too. Defenders are getting to the ball faster than the other team is able to set up their blocks.
And to that point, I mean, I think Kelvin, Glenn, and DK all had try to contain Avery Johnson's feet in their keys in the pregame. Negative 16 yards on 7 carries, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. It almost seemed like he didn't want to run. Like it was not even in the game plan for him to run, which was very odd to me, that you have this young man who, unless they're just trying to remake. It almost reminds me of the when the Khalil Tate year.
I was going to say
when they tried to remake him as a passer and wanted to try to showcase that part of his game and just took away his ability to run. It's very seems like that, at least from what I was seeing on
All
Friday.
I know is the improvisation of Avery Johnson last year in Manhattan is why they won by 26 points or whatever. I mean, every time they needed a big play with him picking up a first down with his feet, finding a receiver open in the middle, Avery Johnson single-handedly offensively led them to that lopsided win in Manhattan last year. And clearly that was a point of emphasis. You're talking about the defensive ends. I mean, negative 16 yards, guys. I mean, they did not let him get anywhere that he wanted to go. I mean, they kept him contained the whole night.
23 negative plays for Arizona in terms of quarterback hurries, broken up passes, fumble recoveries, tackles for losses. It was a very good night for the defense once again.
Got to be his worst night ever, right? Because he finished with 88 yards passing and negative 16 yards rushing. Yeah. And I'm no expert at math, but that's 66 yards total offense. Mm-hmm. That's not great for your quarterback.
All right, DK on the sports tip, 520-848-1290. Want to hear your thoughts on your Arizona Wildcats sitting 3-0 at the bye week, heading to Ames, Iowa. First time we've been there in a while. I don't know if we've been there before, but I know it's the first time in this new alliteration of the Big 12 that we'll go into Ames, Iowa in a week and a half for a meeting with the ranked Iowa State Cyclones. Want to hear your thoughts on that? 520-848-1290. A lot to get to on the show. We're going to talk some Arizona Wildcats football later. Our Arizona insider today, Lamont Lovett, who calls the games on the radio, with Brian Jeffries, will join us. Also, we're going to talk Panthers Cardinals. I was up in Phoenix, went to the game yesterday, and it was a little bit more, it got a little interesting. I was about to leave with about 6 minutes to go. I think this game was over. Glad I didn't do that because it got real interesting down the stretch. Yeah. Too close for comfort, to say the least. Homecoming for Tetero McMillan and Lathan Ransom both got into the game. T-Mac, his first 100-yard receiving game. You'll hear from both of them. We're going to talk to Jenna Fink from News 4 Tucson, who was up at the game.
I do have
yesterday as well.
I do have your instant Ames update.
Instant Ames, okay.
1968 is the only time the Arizona Wildcats football team has played a game in Ames, Iowa.
Oh, in Ames. What happened that day?
They won 21-12.
There you go. Let's hope they win again for sure. Cricket is also here. We'll talk to her coming up later. Right now, she's getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Some slowing for traffic on Ajo Way, both directions, approaching Mission Road. Light slowing, Keno Parkway near I-10. I-10 Keno Parkway ramp closures. The eastbound I-10 off-ramp to northbound Keno Parkway and the southbound Keno Parkway on-ramp to eastbound I-10 are closed. There is a very slight chance of showers today, 97, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 100 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit EssentialPest.com.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start, and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. 85-cent Blizzard treats. Trust us when we say you're not. But get to DQ quickly, because this dream is only a reality for so long. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. For a limited time at participating locations. Terms apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, it was the Cardinals and the Panthers on Sunday up in Glendale, the home opener for your Arizona Cardinals, the second game for both teams. Of course, if you've been under a rock, we are the new flagship home here in Southern Arizona of the Carolina Panthers. T-Mac, Lathan Ransom out of South Point Catholic High School, getting his first action on his home state grounds since he played for the Lancers.
Now back from the 49-yard line of Carolina. 3:09 to go, first half, 10-3 Arizona. Shotgun snap. Murray, quick throw over the middle and getting crunched at the 40-yard line is McBride.
By Lathan Ransom, another one of those young guys. These young, it's power, it's thump. It's you sense it, you feel it.
Here's the snap. Murray throws over the middle. He's got McBride at the 30-yard line where he gets crunched by Merrig and Lathan Ransom. That's a first down.
So Lathan Ransom got a few more snaps, not as many maybe. I know they talked, Dave Canales, the head coach for the Panthers, talked during the week that he might see a little bit more playing time than he did in week one. Well, he wasn't wrong on that. He played 9 defensive snaps in week one. He played 12 in week 2. So a little bit more action for Lathan there. He would finish the game, but very involved. I mean, 12 snaps, 4 tackles overall, 1 solo, and 3 assists. So in on the action for sure was Lathan Ransom in the 27-22 Cardinals win over the Panthers. It was also a pretty good ball game for the other guy that represents the state of Arizona for the Carolina Panthers, Tetero McMillan. I mean, he was on in this contest against the Cardinals.
Second down and 8. Four-man rush. Young in the pocket. Steps up. Fires over the middle. He's got McMillan. 45 of Arizona. Off to the races. Downfield. Inside the 35. Inside the 30. And finally brought down at the 22-yard line of Arizona. Biggest reception of Tetero McMillan's young career. Young is in the shotgun. Hubbard the running back. Here's the snap. Bryce in the pocket, throws left side. McMillan catches, turns upfield, powers out of bounds. He's going to be close to the marker. Did he get it? He's got the first. Bryce takes a helmet-high snap, puts it in the belly of Hubbard. No, it's a play fake. Instead, a throw over the middle, and that is caught at the 40-yard line. And taking it out to the 45-yard line, Tetero McMillan. That's his fourth catch already. It's a gain of 21. He's up over 70 yards receiving. He snaps to Bryce Young on 1st and 10. Young's throw caught by McMillan. He's got the 15 and twisted down at the 11-yard line. A gain of 21 more. Bryce goes over 300 yards passing. McMillan, in his second game, has his first 100-yard game of his career.
6 catches for 100 yards. You heard the analyst on the broadcast there when he said, "Oh my God," on that play down in the red zone. That was just the most beautiful spin move to the sideline to kind of chisel a defensive back in the grass, as you are going to see, man. We were sitting up there watching, and we're like, "Whoa, that was a nice move."
One
right
more
there
time
by T-Mac. Yes, please.
Left side, McMillan catches, turns upfield, powers out of bounds. He's going to be close to the marker. Did he get it? He's got the first.
So the catch, the catch was typical, but the hip spin to get around the corner to get the first down, because he caught the ball about 1.5 yards short. The first move he did to get around that corner and get the first down, but then just for no reason he trucked the safety to the ground. And I don't remember, guys, T-Mac doing a lot of that. I think they needed him on the field so much at Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
But the physicality, I mean, I wasn't sure if T-Mac would be able to come in the NFL right away and be a physical presence. 6'4", little lankier potentially than somewhat, and he was going to grow into his body, put on extra weight like Marvin Harrison Jr. did in his second season. But the way he's looking out on that field, he looks huge. We've all known about the high point in the hands, the quick feet, but he looks big physically, not just tall out there on an NFL field, which is a little surprising to me. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing about it that you typically see with wide receivers of T-Mac's frame and build, everybody sees them in college. I mean, I would say, comparably speaking, probably a kind of guy like a Mike Evans, who at Texas A&M, very big, very lanky, very much a high-pointing, deep field receiver. T-Mac had the same thing where a lot of the times it was just a matter, we think you can beat out the safety. We think you can outrace the corner in regards to getting to this spot, and we're going to throw it up to you high, and you're going to be able to get to the ball. You don't see those kind of college receivers doing underneath routes, getting those 5-yard hard ends or the little curls that go ahead and then break away. The slants is typically the most that you see in regards to those receivers because the speed factor. You can split the safety. That's what you want them to do. You see with T-Mac, he knows that his size is an advantage, and he can use it to get over the top, or he can use it to push down.
Well, that's scout, right? I think defenders and clearly defensive coordinators are saying, don't let T-Mac get by you and high point anything on the sideline. That's what he's known for, and they're taking advantage of that with the play calls and little, 6-yard hooks and whatnot. And T-Mac, because he's got a little extra space there, he's just running great routes right now, and Young's finding him, obviously. It's their team isn't playing great on the season.
They were playing from behind very early in that game too.
They're not playing great, but he almost had 100 yards in the first half. That catch where he got to his 70, that was with like 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. So he came out right out of the gate, T-Mac, and was a menace out there.
And for the second week in a row, his best catch didn't even count. He made a catch on the sideline in the second quarter.
The defensive play. Oh, man.
I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row. He's had a one-handed catch that did not count in the game, and that was probably his best catch in both of those games.
But that was left
for sure,
right?
Yeah,
And that's not his dominant hand.
Insane.
So like a left-handed around the back of of the defender, I think he had both feet just out of bounds. Like both feet, if it had been 6 inches, he could have gotten both feet in. But yeah, the catch itself was outrageous.
Were you at the game yesterday? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Did you go to the Cardinals-Panthers game? Did you go up to see T-Mac or Lathan Ransom? I know they both had huge. I was looking down. I couldn't find the Ransom folks at the game, but I was able to spot the T-Mac. They had a whole row of folks down on that first level, and they all had their number 4 jerseys on. It was really cool, and you saw some video out there. He came and basically dapped up his entire family before the game, so it was really fun to see. Not as much blue as you would see, and a lot of times you go to the Cardinals games, and there's a lot more of visiting fans, not maybe as much for the Carolina Panthers as say when the Packers come to town here in a few weeks, and it'll probably be half the stadium.
You were in the building, so you could be the one to verify this. But the announcers for the Panthers were saying that the number of blue jerseys increased as the game went on because once the Cardinals got out to a big lead, everybody decided they had something better to do. And they were saying that a lot of the Cardinals fans are clearing out there third quarter.
It was, and I'll get into it more later on. It was kind of like the U of A game the other night. I was a little disappointed in the size of the crowd. There were a lot of empty seats, the energy. Now, it got loud. My wife even commented. She was like, at the end of the game, when Carolina got the ball with it, she has to go down and win at the end. She's like, this is as loud as it's been all day. I was like, absolutely is as loud as it's been all day. So at the end, when they needed the crowd, they got into it. But for the majority of the game, it was kind of just like it didn't have that energy that you like, I think, and you get in a lot of different NFL stadiums. All right, let's get you your Panthers report. We're going to be having Panthers reports on our show daily. Let's get you the first Panther report of the season.
The Cats almost claw back. I'm Anish Shroff with this Panthers update.
Hey, you see that Panthers game?
Oh, yeah. I saw the whole thing.
The squad looks promising.
Sure do. I'm seeing some talent.
They got some pieces for sure.
And they got no quit.
You said it. Oh, what's your name?
Oh, I'm Jake.
I'm Luke. Nice to meet you.
Keep pounding. Go Panthers.
Go Panthers.
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Carolina Panthers. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
The Carolina Panthers play here. Wildcats Radio 1290 is your home all season long for Arizona Wildcats Ring of Honor wide receiver Tetaroa T-Mac McMillan.
Quick throw, caught by McMillan. His first catch as a pro.
And South Point Catholic Lancers grad Lathan Ransom.
Super excited. I haven't actually played in Arizona since high school.
We've got the National Football League and the Carolina Panthers. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Carolina on Sunday nearly pulled off the biggest comeback in franchise history. Down 27-3 in the third quarter. The Panthers ended up with the ball on their last drive with a chance to win the game. Head coach Dave Canales.
Just the identity and finish of this group, that's something that we pride ourselves on, but we got to figure out the start. I take full responsibility. I got to make sure that I have our guys mentally ready to go from snap one, and to be able to play together, to play team football, complementary football that we're looking for, but the finish of it, the way that guys just continue to execute regardless of what the score was is what gave us a chance, and that'll always be true. But we got to clean up the early mistakes.
Bryce Young battled back as well, shaking off 2 early turnovers to set career highs in completions, attempts, and passing yards.
Speaks to his leadership, resilience. He'll be the first one to be up here and tell you he would love to eliminate those early mistakes. But you look at his eyes, he just keeps working, and he just keeps battling and attacking. So I have to just give Bryce a lot of love and commend him for doing that. But collectively as a group, we have to play better early on.
Young finished with 328 yards passing and 3 touchdowns, including 2 to Hunter Renfrow. I'm Anish Shroff on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
Hunter Renfrow, 7 catches, 48 yards to go along with those 2 touchdowns in the game. Tetaroa McMillan, again, 6 catches, 100 yards. Kyler Murray finished 17 of 25, 220 yards, had the touchdown, 1 bad interception on a ball he absolutely should not have thrown as he was getting hit. Cardinals just didn't really run the ball as well as I thought and had hoped that they would have in the game yesterday. James Conner, 11 carries for 34 yards. They've got to figure out the run game. I don't think the run game's been very good at all the first 2 games of the season. Defense, though, has just been out of control. They had a couple of turnovers, takeaways early that set them up with short fields and got touchdowns, including the rolling interception into the end zone by Zaven Collins to begin the game.
My question is, how old is Calais Campbell?
He is. I think this is his 18th season?
Because he did not look like an old man.
No, he did not. My recollection is that he got his first year in the NFL was in 2008 when the Cardinals went to the Super Bowl. He was a rookie.
Yeah.
I want to say he's at least 40.
39, it says. Yeah, 39.
Yeah, he finished that game. And, biggest roar from the crowd when he was introduced. They introduced the starting defense yesterday prior to the game, and he just got a huge roar. My wife was like, who's that guy? Why is everybody cheering for him? And I was like, oh. And this might be our question of the day today, or either today or tomorrow. I said, he's probably the second most popular Cardinal of this century, not named Larry Fitzgerald. And again, he obviously you've got some guys that have played here. I mean, Kurt Warner would probably be on that list too. I don't think there's any question. Larry Fitzgerald is the clear most popular player of this century for the Cardinals. Would Calais Campbell be number 2 on that list? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Who would you put if Calais Campbell is not the most popular Cardinal of this century? Who would you, outside of Larry Fitzgerald being 1, Calais 2, who would you put in front of him?
You could have just told her he's the Cardinals' DeWanna Bonner.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I told her. I was like, he was here for like 12, 14 years, then he went away for like another 5 or 6, and now he's back for like one last swan song. So yeah, that was kind of explaining it to the wife last night at the game. All right, DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. We'll still hear from T-Mac and Latham coming up as well after yesterday's ball game. Good scrum with Latham. A lot of the local folks who were up there. I think Jason Barr from K-Gun 9. We're going to talk to Jenna Fink from News 4 Tucson. She was up at the game. We'll talk some Arizona football coming up at the 5 o'clock hour with Lamont Lovett on the call with Brian Jeffries, as he always is. We'll get El Monte's thoughts on everything that's been happening with the Wildcats. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. With road work continuing on Grant Road east of Country Club to east of Columbus, it's a big widening project. A reduced speed limit and travel is shifted, and some travel and turn restrictions as well. You could use either Glen or FEMA as an alternate route. Got a slight chance of showers today, 97, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 100 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Are you someone who has a passion for music and sports and is interested in starting a career in radio? Well, our promotions department is looking for hardworking, dedicated people to join our Promotion Street team. If you're outgoing, have a solid work ethic, and a flexible schedule, then this may be the job for you. For more information, visit wildcatsradio1290.com or apply now at cumulusmedia.com. Clean driving record required. Must be 18 years or older to apply.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Reuter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Football season is here.
Oh, man.
Believe has the podcast to enhance your football experience. From the pros.
One of the most interesting quarterback rooms.
To college.
Michigan is set at 8.5 wins.
To fantasy.
If you feel that way, why didn't you trade him?
Become a better fan and listen to the football podcasts from Believe.
Just search Believe. That's BLEAV podcast.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in, waving signs, shouting chants. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer right there. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Tune into Wildcats Radio 1290 weekly for Brett Brennan's Football Press Conference, where you can catch up on all things Arizona football this season. The Football Press Conference, sponsored by Coors Light.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute. The Cincinnati Bengals so far have played 14 games without Joe Burrow. They're 6-8, scoring just under 20 points a game. Jake Browning, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins can probably score enough to keep them afloat if Burrow misses 3 months with this toe injury, but I don't think that defense can hold up its end of the bargain. This feels like another wasted year in Cincy. I'm Andrew Bogish.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. All right, a lot of stuff happening today. Let's kind of roll you through the programming update. So no Brent Brennan show tonight. The bye week, no show there out at the Union Public House. Now, you can go out to the Union Public House because we've got Modelo Mondays going on over there, but there will be no show. So just don't go there thinking that Brian Jeffries and Coach are going to be there because they will not be there at 6:05.
David Amato, do you
want
to go out there and answer questions for random fans?
I can probably see about going down there and just
there you
talk.
Go out. Well, you don't even drink though, so you can't go out and
I
share
don't enjoy Modelo,
with
but
folks.
I can talk football with folks. I
would
can
go.
do that.
I would go and enjoy Modelo.
You know what I can do is I can go
Negra
down
Modelo.
and see what the bratwursts are going to look like for Saturday because they got the Oktoberfest going on at Union Public House this weekend. So I can maybe go in there and maybe ask them to give me a sampling of what the brats are going to be like.
Good news, Dragon Ball. In June of 2025, Modelo launched an entire non-alcoholic beer line.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I can do that now.
Did they really?
That's what it says right here.
All right.
I'm not. There's so many beer companies now that are doing the non-alcoholic versions of their stuff. I'm not surprised, but hey, that's something I can do for sure.
All right, so no coach's show in terms of Brent Brennan, but we will have Panther Talk an hour earlier than normal. We'll have that coming up for you at 6:05. So we'll hear from head coach Dave Canales and the guys on the loss yesterday here in Arizona to the Cardinals. And then we've got 2 Monday Night Football games tonight, the first of which is going to be starting here in the top of the hour. In about 16 minutes, you can listen to that game. It's the Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game will be on 1400 Freedom 1400 KTUC, so you can listen to that game there. Meanwhile, here after Panther Talk, we'll have the second game of the doubleheader tonight. That'll be out in Las Vegas, the Raiders and the LA Chargers. You can hear that game right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. So a lot of football. I think this is the first of 4 Monday night doubleheaders that we're going to have this season, where they're going to have 2 games. I think not all of them will be back to back. I think some of them are currently, but
I'm a purist, man. I like the
more the merrier.
like the other. I like the exclusivity of
Monday
2
Night
teams
Football.
on Monday night, like the way it always was. No disrespect to anybody who likes it the other way, but to me, like, it just seemed like all eyeballs are on you. It's like playing on Thanksgiving Day, right? That Monday night slot was okay. Everybody else's week is over. Now it's time for everybody to watch us.
Yeah. And not only that, it was the show that showed you everything that you missed from Sunday. And you could see all the highlights from everything that happened on Sunday going into the finality of the week.
The halftime highlights with Howard Cosell back in the day.
It was so important 30 years ago before the internet had streaming video.
I mean, that was for a lot of us growing up. That was how you saw the highlights of the other games. It was on Monday Night Football, for sure. And then obviously Chris Berman took it over in the late 80s, early 90s, and ushered in his halftime. Fastest 2 minutes in sports, or whatever they were calling it back then. Good stuff for sure. All right, I'm gonna pivot. We were gonna let you hear from the head coach of the Wildcats, but we got talking a little bit about the schedule. So let's pivot and let's hear from. We'll go back to yesterday's game up in Glendale. The first game back in Arizona for Tetero McMillan. The Arizona Wildcat Ring of Honor nominee was here just a couple of weeks ago. Showed up at the stadium yesterday wearing a number 1 Arizona basketball jersey. How cool was that? Again,
post game too, right?
Yeah, put it exactly. He wore it in his post game press conference as well, with the number 1 on there, giving Arizona some national love, obviously, with that. So that was really fun to see him showing the colors and wearing the colors yesterday. He met with the media in the interview room after the ball game. Let's hear from Tetero McMillan on his first 100-yard receiving game in the National Football League.
That's all credit to my teammates, my quarterback, and then obviously, the coaches, the play calling. So, they always just have a good plan for this offense, and it just comes down to us to execute. We got to finish games, we got to finish drives, and we'll go in tomorrow, look over film, and see what we did wrong, see what we did right.
What did they do on that last drive to kind of try to take you out of that play?
I'm not too sure. It looked like regular defense to me. So, like I said, we just got to finish drives, whether the ball is coming to me or not. I have full faith in the offense. Anybody on our offense, we have a bunch of weapons to go out there and execute and finish.
How much has the game slowed down for you
Yeah, I feel like the game has slowed down a little bit for me since the preseason. Just obviously getting my head around quicker just from that first game. That missed opportunity that me and Bryce had in the red zone. So just adjusting to that. Just getting used to Bryce's timing, getting used to the NFL, getting used to everything that the NFL brings, and that's a huge testament to our defensive guys on the defense. They prepare me every single day to expect anything that comes my way.
I think I saw you get to interact with your dad for the game. How special of a moment was that for you? Being so close to Tucson, being so close to California, just kind of all the worlds colliding there.
Yeah, God works in mysterious ways. Just somehow my second ever game in the league is pretty much a place where I spent the last 3 years. So it's a homecoming for me, man, and it's a close flight home from Hawaii. So I'm fortunate enough to have both my grandparents here, my mom, pops, man, and just it's just a blessing. I can't put it into words of how grateful I am just to play in front of them.
Moving forward, what are you looking to accomplish maybe next week? Obviously, other than getting.
Man, I'm just looking forward to just executing, really, just playing the best ball that we possibly can play, and I know we can play a lot better. And that's the beauty of it. Tomorrow will be that much better than we are today. So, like I said, we'll come in tomorrow, correct whatever needs to be corrected, and I'll go out there and get ready for Atlanta.
All right, that was Tedro McMillan after the game yesterday up in Phoenix. Six catches, 100 yards. First 100-yard receiving game, I should say, of his career. And now they get their home opener. They've played 2 games on the road, last week at Jacksonville. This week here in Arizona, they will go home. They will face the Atlanta Falcons. Bijan Robinson and company. Bijan, big numbers. Last night on the national stage, Sunday Night Football, as the Falcons surprisingly went in and knocked off the Minnesota Vikings. If there was some shockers in week 1, other than the fact that the Giants actually scored some points in their game against Dallas, guys, I thought one of the big shockers was that game last night. And the Falcons going in there and pretty much handling a Vikings offense that had looked pretty good on Monday night with J.J. McCarthy at the helm.
You're thinking of the fourth quarter of that game they had against the Bears last week.
True.
No,
he started off. J.J. didn't start off too great.
J.J. did not start off that great last week. He had the fourth quarter comeback, which, again, a lot of that may be something to do with how bad the Bears defense actually is, and they're only going to get worse now with the news about what happened to Jalen Johnson for them. But Minnesota's offense was just not where it needed to be. Again, you're looking at an offense that only had 78 rushing yards, and their star running back, Aaron Jones, only had 23 of them. Meanwhile, Bijan, the biggest issue I had last week with him is that most of his yards came on the 150-yard touchdown reception. Today, yesterday they said, you know what, Bijan? We're going to let you be alone in the backfield. We're going to put Penix under center, and we're going to let you run at the offensive line of scrimmage with a little bit of headwind behind you, and he ended up getting 143 yards on the ground.
Did you see the number of carries?
22
carries.
Yep.
Finally letting him have the lion's share of the load rather than having it go to Tyler Algier for whatever reason. And again, not to say Tyler Algier's a bad back, but Bijan has home run capability in that backfield. So the fact that they let him have the ball and carry it for as much as they did, giving him that forward momentum to get that speed picked up before he had to run side to side, that's a good sign for the Falcons. And the other part of it is Falcons pass rush actually showed up to play last night too.
Yeah, well, they had 39 runs to just 21 passes. Again, you still got a young quarterback there, and Michael Penix Jr. was a rematch of the 2023 national championship game between Michigan and Washington with Penix for the Huskies and McCarthy for the Wolverines. Neither one of them really, again, young guys, you want to try to take that pressure off of them, and Atlanta definitely did the better job of that as Robinson and Algier combined for 217 yards in that game between their 219 yards, I should say, in that game between the two of them.
4 turnovers.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
That'll do it as well. All right, DK on the Sports Tip, hour number 1 in the books. We're going to talk to Jenna Fink in hour number 2. We'll get her thoughts on what she saw Cardinals and Panthers yesterday. We'll dive into some more Arizona football. We'll hear from the head coach as well as get the thoughts of Lamont Lovett, analyst on the radio network, straight ahead as well. Best thing you did this weekend. What was the best thing you did this weekend? I got to watch some college football up in the big city. I'll talk about that as well. Dragon Ball right now, though, is going to talk about everything happening in sports here in Southern Arizona as well as sports around the world.
Well, it was a big day on the ground for the Arizona running game against Kansas State this past Friday. The Cats got the win and the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week winner in running back Ismail Mahdi. But head coach Brett Brennan sees a lot of good things from a room that really lacked a lot of oomph last season in the running back room.
We're excited because we've seen production from multiple guys, right? Obviously, Ish had a big time game, and our O-line got the beef award of the week, right? Isn't that what they're calling it? I love it. Like, what a great name for a bunch of big ass dudes, you know. But those things go hand in hand, right? Like, Ish isn't doing those things if the offensive line is and the tight ends aren't creating those opportunities for him, right? And so I think that was really, really special. It was exciting because he was a guy that got banged up a little bit in training camp and he missed some reps, and so when we went to those other games, obviously Ked and Q ended up playing and playing well, right? But it's exciting to see him get in there and make plays, and I think we're all really excited about the future of that whole group, really.
Again, the Wildcats reminder will have a bye week this week as they now prepare for Iowa State next week. Now, the Cardinals, meanwhile, had a strong start against the Panthers, but it came down to another barn burner in the final minutes. Carolina managed to make it a game close in the fourth, only to just fall short of the comeback. But the big takeaway from this game, the Cardinals' cornerback room is going to be extremely thin when they prepare for their first divisional game against the 49ers, as all three starters, Max Melton, rookie Will Johnson, and star nickelback Garrett Williams, all left the field due to injury in that victory.
Yeah, that Melton injury looked like that might be season-ending.
Mm-hmm. And we were just gotten done talking about Sunday night's finale for the NFL slate. Did not go well for the Vikings, nor did it end well for Minnesota's starting quarterback. The team has officially announced that J.J. McCarthy is likely out for the next 2 to 4 weeks due to an ankle sprain that he suffered in the loss to the Falcons. The Vikings will likely turn to Carson Wentz as the starter for the foreseeable future. And I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Touchdown, Arizona!
With press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play, we bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported Rita Road and Esmond Loop. Esmond Loop and Rita Road. Also crash that occurred I-10 near Grant Road, up on the side of the road, westbound I-10 near Grant Road. For your weather, a very slight chance of showers today. Tomorrow, 97, mostly sunny and 100 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by IHOP. Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big filling sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No. They use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope. Only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero!
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
Wahoo!
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it! Hooray! That's why I'm Captain Tobacco.
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
So hot.
I can help you.
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought, this AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Goodfellasac.com.
At Redbird Scratch Kitchen and Bar, they're all about bold flavors and scratch-made comfort food that hits just right. Now they're bringing that same Redbird magic to Midtown with their brand new location at the Village at Sam Hughes. It's a bright, welcoming space where friends, families, and neighbors can come together. Every dish is made in-house with care, from their famous elote nachos and hand-smashed burgers to flavor-packed wings, fresh tacos, and crisp salads. And their cocktails, inventive, handcrafted, with house-made syrups and fresh squeezed juices. Whether it's happy hour, dinner, or game night, Redbird Scratch Kitchen and Bar. 2 Tucson locations, 1 unforgettable scratch-made experience. Learn more at redbirdrestaurants.com.
And this Friday, we have a sweet deal for you for Redbird Scratch Kitchen and Bar. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip, hour number 2 of the program. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the show. 520-848-1290. Doubleheader Monday Night Football tonight. Game 1 is about to get underway. It is the Buccaneers on the road at the Houston Texans. That game, you can hear it right now on Freedom 1400. So if you don't want to hear me and the fellas talk, you can always go listen to Pro Football over on 1400. There is a second game tonight. We'll have that here for you on Wildcats Radio 1290 coming up at around 7 o'clock. That will be the Raiders and the L.A. Chargers. There was also a lot. It's been a big weekend in Las Vegas. They had the fight this past Saturday night. I was watching that 2, I want to hear from you if you watched Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford on Saturday night. If you were back east, you had to stay up late to watch Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. And it's funny because my buddy and I were watching. We got together. I went up to Phoenix because, again, we don't get a lot of opportunities to have weekends off once the college part of the year starts. And this is the second year in a row that we've had the Friday night game followed by a bye week. So that's 2 consecutive full weekends off in terms of Saturday and Sunday. I could really get used to this type of scheduling. So if Desiree and the company want to continue to schedule a Friday night game ahead of a bye week, like I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I enjoy having a Saturday and a Sunday off. So my wife and I went up to the city to watch. My wife is she did not go to a quote major college that had like major college athletics. She went to a smaller school in our hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. So she didn't go to a big school. And so she is a huge Ohio State fan, being that we are from Ohio. So we went up to one of the Ohio State bars to watch the Buckeyes and the Bobcats from the University of Ohio on Saturday. Let me tell you, fun time. They have a bunch of different locations. Do the Ohio State, the alumni clubs in the Phoenix area. I think they have like 4 or 5 locations up there. We went to, which is their main location at this bar called Bottled Blonde, which is in the main entertainment district there in Scottsdale, in Old Town Scottsdale. And this place was off the hook. Like literally every time the Buckeyes scored, the waitresses would throw out Jell-O shots. And it was like, they only scored like 37 points. They didn't put up a big number. But like last week when they played Grambling and they scored 70, I can only imagine what it was like last Saturday when they scored that many points and there was all those Jell-O shots going out every time that the Buckeyes got into the end zone. They had a DJ. He would play cool. Like every time the Buckeyes got a first down, he would play cool music for that. It was like just a super fun environment to watch some college football on a Saturday, which we rarely get to do because of our involvement here with the Wildcats on Saturdays. So that was a lot of fun. Stayed overnight, watched the fight with my buddy. It didn't start till 9:45. We thought, okay, fight him out 8:30 because that's generally when these fights start. Fight did not start until 9:45. That's 12:45 on the East Coast. 12:45 on the East Coast. Now, y'all know I don't care. I don't care about the East Coast time. I thought it was actually kind of cool that, hey, this is prime time. It was in Vegas, so it's a West Coast event. It's starting on our time. So if you were in the East, you just had to stay up late to watch Terrence Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. Our scorecard, we had an official Wildcats 1290 scorecard. We had Terrence Crawford winning 119-116 on our scorecard, and so it was a unanimous decision. So it looks like we indeed got that right. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. I saw this guy at the Cardinals game on Sunday. Paul in Phoenix. Paul, you're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290. What'd you think of your Cardinals barely holding on to beat the Panthers?
Well, David, first of all, let me tell you this. That's great. A little day drinking on Saturday for you. Yeah. And then you had to rally and had to stay up late.
Right.
Saturday night. That's good. That's good. I like that. Way to go. You're a youngster.
I try to be.
That's it. I tell you what, though, ask your wife. And by the way, my wife says it was great meeting you guys. She said to say hello. Now, but ask your wife, would she be willing to take my wide receiver from the Cardinals and trade him to Carolina for your wide receiver from our Wildcats?
So you want to trade Marvin Harrison for Tetairoa McMillan? Marvin didn't really do it. Now, we went last year on opening day. Like, that was the game against the Rams, and he scored all those. I think he scored twice and, like, had all those yards in the first quarter. But yesterday Marvin was pretty pedestrian. They didn't really. What did he end up having? I don't even think he had any catches at all.
Groundbreaking, world-defining news here is that Mrs. Kelly has a lot of pull. That she can just make that trade happen. I don't know what you think what kind of power she has, Paul, but I don't know if she can make that happen.
Considering she was wondering who's this Calais Campbell guy everybody's cheering for. Yeah.
Wow, that's okay. She can become a closet Cardinal fan. She can stay with the Browns. She can stay with the Browns, but she can also root for an NFC team. How about that?
There you go.
Be her favorite
there
NFC
you go.
team.
Hopefully, I don't know if she walked away with a favorite player yesterday or not. I'll have to ask her that. But yeah, maybe Trey McBride, 6 catches, 78 yards. That might be her new favorite player. We'll see.
I think wasn't Marvin only caught 2 or 3.
2 catches for 27 yards. Yeah, 2 for 27.
Yeah. And by the way, and he dropped one. Anyway, but I worry about him. But we're stuck with him. It is what it is. But hey, it was great to see yesterday. But can I talk real quick about Wildcat football for a second?
Absolutely.
Brett Brennan mentioned something, and I haven't seen it anywhere published. Maybe you guys know. He said he thought the game against Iowa State was at 6. Is that been announced yet?
It's 6 Central Time because they're in Central.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think what he said was it's 6 p.m. locally.
6 p.m. local time, Central Time, which is 4 o'clock our time.
4 o'clock our time. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You're worried that coach is going to get all the guys uniformed up and be 2 hours late for kickoff?
Why, sure. Wouldn't that be funny, huh? Wouldn't that be funny?
No, Lauren Vossler would never allow that to happen. She's on it.
Hey, well, it really was a good weekend, and I teased my Tempe Normal fans up here. I say, hey, I got my Cardinals, I got my Wildcats. We still have yet to lose a game. So all is good
5-0, baby.
Right 5-0. That's it. So, and the Wildcats, considering they kind of, they tried, kind of like what the Cardinals did. They tried to give the game back away, but I like the way this team is playing. I am, like I said last time I called, I wasn't sure about their identity. Well, I'm still not sure, but they're growing on me. And I like it. I love their attitude. That's the thing I really like about this team. I really love the attitude. I guess these guys are pumped up. Somebody said that they were kind of a little bit, I don't think you want to use the word down or in the doldrums after the game, but they realized that they could have played better. Is that the feeling that people got down there in the locker room?
Well, I think there's no question about that. Especially, there were some things they didn't do offensively. I think, obviously they ran the ball effectively. You still want to be better in the passing game. But I think the one thing Brent said today, you hold any team at this level under 200 yards offense, that's a pretty damn good day.
Yep, that's it. That's pretty good. So, hey, looking forward to Iowa State, looking forward to actually the 49ers coming up here at Cardinals. It won't be at Cardinal Stadium, excuse me. It's an away game Sunday, so lots of good football going on. But David, it was great to see you again. Great to visit and meet your wife. And thanks again. And you know what, guys?
Great to meet your wife, Irma. Lovely lady.
We're going to continue to bear down. How about that? Let's just keep supporting our teams. And hey, you know what? No reason to start losing now. Let's just keep winning. Let's keep stacking them. How about that?
Hey, J-Dub and David had them at 3-0 after the first 3 games. I had them at 2-1, but David and J-Dub, they apparently knew what was going to happen.
Everybody laughed at me when I said they'd get 8 wins or whatever to start this season.
There you go. Hey, I only said 6, so come on.
That's what I had. I had 6. I think J-Dub had 9.
I want to
8 in a bowl.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's my theory. Prove me wrong. Okay, guys. Thanks again.
Thanks, Paul. As always, Paul in Phoenix. Let's chat with Mark. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey. Yo.
Mark, what's up, brother?
What's going on, y'all? No, I was throwing my 2 cents in on the best Cardinal ever. I mean, my fave, but Adrian Wilson.
Adrian Wilson. Wow.
Yes.
Now wait. Now you're making Adrian. Now I said the.
I age myself right now. I'm like 50. Well, I'm going to be 55. But yeah.
Now I said this century. Are you saying Adrian Wilson all time, or just in this century?
Oh, dang. How long are you going back?
When did he play? He played mostly.
He played with Fitzgerald and all that. I
he's
saw
mostly
him
this century.
and Bolden. NAU. They used to go to the spring training out there up north.
Up in Flagstaff, right.
Oh, my God. That dude's awesome. I watch his highlights.
That's a pretty good one. I'll give you. I don't know if he played 11, looks like 12 seasons in a Cardinal uniform, so that's longevity.
Almost that.
That's longevity.
Yeah,
there.
he was nailing guys left and right, and he had, he's one that pretty much brought us back in our defense, anyhow.
Oh, no question.
And and then Bolden was there, Fitzgerald was there. I saw them all at NAU, when they used to go that route. But no, that's just my 2 cents on that.
There you go, Adrian Wilson. I'll take that. I would not disagree with that. That is definitely a guy that would be on the list because again, you got to have longevity in a city. You can't just be a guy that was there 4 or 5 years.
I mean, Kurt Warner is awesome.
Yeah,
and
quarterback and took you to a Super Bowl. So definitely, Kurt Warner would be on that list as well.
I know I cannot watch that game ever again because we had that. That was our year, but whatever. Okay. Anyhow, I love y'all. Thank y'all for what you do, and we did make the Cats game, and I guess we get a week off, right?
Yeah, we get a week off, rest and recharge the batteries, and then on to Iowa State.
Woo! Go USA. We were there, yes, and we most definitely were rocking that house. So,
awesome.
All right, love you guys, and let's have fun. Thanks,
y'all. Mark. Appreciate the call. Mark as well. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number. So, Adrian Wilson, definitely a guy that I would put on that list in terms of played in this century. The guys and I'm really talking about guys in this century since 2000. I mean, I've been here since 2008 season, which was that Super Bowl season he was talking about there when they lost to your Steelers at the end. There was that the last time y'all won the Super Bowl?
That was the last time that we won the Super Bowl. I will say
don't they have enough?
Yeah, I will say though that early 2010s Cardinals defensive backfield, I believe you still had Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie there when they first had Patrick Peterson, Adrian Wilson, and I believe it was Antrell Roll for a period of time there as well.
Roll.
That was a very, very underrated defensive backfield unit in the NFC during those parts of the Cardinals' title window in that early 2010s era.
Those were some guys that could hit. For sure.
And they could get the ball. And when they had it, they had go to the house kind of mentality.
Where's Buddha on that list of modern players? Because he just made his 6th Pro Bowl, right? And that's up there as far as number of Pro. I know Pro Bowl's not the be-all, end-all measurement of how good an NFL player is, but,
It's funny when you look at the history of the Cardinals as a franchise. They actually have a very long history of great safeties. I mean, it kind of started back when they were in St. Louis with Larry Wilson, obviously. But then you look at when they moved to Arizona, again, you have – you start with, again, you can go to a guy like Adrian Wilson, and then you can get the guy from ASU who was also up there. Pat Tillman absolutely had a big say in that legacy. Buda Baker, and then the Honey Badger was also a big part of that.
He was undrafted?
No,
Matthew? Late draft.
I think he was a late draft pick because of all the off-the-field
issues.
I
remember because obviously I think he wasn't like Defensive Player of the Year in college.
Yeah, he was. They had a lot of argument that he should be the second defensive player to win the Heisman.
Too slow, and then just right out the gate. Like, nobody wanted to be anywhere near him on the field.
Yeah, that guy could play, man. He was fun to watch.
He was great.
Yeah, he was a 3rd-round pick, so not real late. 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, I'm misremembering. I didn't.
Yeah, but it should have been a first-round pick.
It's not necessarily undrafted. It's just I remember he was a top
should have been a
first-round pick. Yeah, and just slid so far.
Yep, and just retired this past year. Last year was his last season, so hope he's enjoying that retirement for sure. All right, DK on the Sports Tip. We're going to talk some more Cardinals-Panthers. Jenna Fink was at the game yesterday. We'll get her thoughts. She had a chance to talk to both Lathan Ransom and Tetro McMillan afterwards. We'll hear her interviews, the locker room with Lathan coming up a little bit later as well. We'll hear from the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Brent Brennan. We'll talk some Arizona Wildcats football as well. More in the 5 o'clock hour with Lamont Lovett. All that straight ahead. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. and weather together. Collision occurred on the westbound side of I-10 near Grant Road. It's been moved off to the Gore section, no longer blocking travel westbound I-10 near Grant, but there are freeway backups on the westbound side of I-10 between 29th Street, Silver Lake, to as you approach Grant Road. Also, collision that occurred Rita Road and Esmond Loop. Slight chance of showers into the evening. 97, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 100 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by IHOP. Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big filling sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives a scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years with top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Step into a world where rewards never end. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Every moment brings excitement. Every visit unlocks exclusive perks, free play, dining discounts, and more. From high-stakes action to luxurious experiences, your rewards grow with every play. Join today for endless benefits and unforgettable moments. Club Soul. Play more, earn more, experience more. Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Boscoyaki Tribe.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in, waving signs, shouting chants. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer right there. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I'm Chris Rose with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. We start in Kansas City with a Super Bowl 59 rematch, and once again the Eagles came out on top, 20-17 this time. Chiefs fall to 0-2 for the first time in the Mahomes era. The Bengals 2-0 for the first time since 2018 after they escaped with a 31-27 win over the Jags. Jake Browning threw for 241 yards and 2 scores after replacing Joe Burrow, who exited the game in the second quarter with a toe injury that could keep him out several months. In Detroit, the Lions spoiled Ben Johnson's homecoming by making easy work of the Bears, besting Chicago 52-21. Cowboys outlast the Giants 40-37 in overtime. And in the Meadowlands, James Cook racked up 132 yards rushing, found pay dirt twice to help the Bills ground the Jets 30-10. Falcons got their first W of the season, beating the Vikings 22-6. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Been talking a little bit of the Cardinals and Panthers game yesterday. Got a chance to go up there and check out some NFL football. Cardinals home opener. They survived a game they should have won easily. Got a little dicey there at the end, but they held on to win it 27-22. It was the return to the desert for Lathan Ransom from South Point Catholic High School, as well as Tetro McMillan out of the University of Arizona. Also on hand there in a working manner. I was just up there having a good time watching the game, but she was up there working yesterday, working hard for you. Jenna Fink from News 4 Tucson was at the game yesterday. Jenna, appreciate you taking a few moments to join us. This was obviously a big deal with these two players. I mean, it's obviously a big deal because we're carrying the Carolina Panthers games all season here on Wildcats Radio 1290. To have these two guys come back here to play their second professional football game of their rookie seasons, that was a pretty big deal for a lot of us in the media, and you were there to see it all.
Yeah, thanks for having me, David. And yeah, it was a big deal for Lathan. It was his first time playing in Arizona since he was at South Point. So it's 5 years that he hadn't played back in Arizona. And so a really special moment for him. And had a chance to talk to his parents, too, before I went up there. And for them, too, really special because they were telling me, it's not easy to get to Columbus from Tucson. So it's obviously a much quicker drive just to drive up the road to Phoenix. So they were happy to have him close by and get to see him back here in the desert. And then obviously, of course, for T-Mac, feels like he was just here, and he was. But, he picked up right where he left off when it comes to playing really well in Arizona.
You mentioned, obviously, you had a chance to chat with the Ransoms. Check that out on Jenna's social medias and over at News 4 Tucson. I thought it was interesting. Obviously, they talked about, the injuries he went through. I remember when he suffered that injury in the Rose Bowl, and I remember when I first saw it, I'm thinking, man, I hope that's something he can come back from because it was a really ugly kind of injury. But for him to kind of rally back from that, to win a national championship with the Buckeyes and be able to be a draft choice into the National Football League. It shows to the heart and the grit of that young man.
Exactly, and that's something that they were talking about, both of them, how hard he works, saying that he was, he's the hardest worker. And of course, they're his parents, who may be a little biased, but just working through what he's had to overcome, all the injuries, like you mentioned, and he's had, more than his fair share during his time in Ohio State. But to work through all of that and then to cap off his college career with a national championship, it's a big, up when a lot of his, as his dad described, a lot of his time there maybe were some downs, and to end the career on and up and then to get drafted. His parents were both very emotional, when reflecting on that, his mom especially, just because it is hard, and they had to help support him from halfway across the country as he's trying to recover from those leg injuries and the foot injury and the thumb injuries that he had.
Jenna Fink joining us, sports director over at News 4 Tucson. She was on hand Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale for the Panthers and the Cardinals, the return of Teto McMillan and Lathan Ransom. You had a chance to catch up with Lathan after the ball game, as well as T-Mac. What was their feeling? Obviously, a losing locker room, to be down, but to kind of rally in that fourth quarter. What was kind of the feeling from those two after the game?
Yeah, with Lathan, obviously down just because they weren't able to get the win, but we were talking to him a lot just about coming back to Arizona. And, I asked him what it felt like when he landed back here. And the first thing he said was it was hot. So clearly he has forgotten the desert heat a little bit. But he just spoke about how much Tucson meant to him in shaping his career as a football player, and that he always tries to show Tucson love because of how special the city and the place is to him. And again, he was just kind of talking about his career, so early, and starting and getting some reps on special teams. He did get reps on defense yesterday as well, but just kind of starting from the beginning, starting from the bottom again, and kind of working his way back up. He said that was something that he learned at Ohio State and is very comfortable in that progression here as well. Unfortunately didn't have a chance to talk to T-Mac because he was in the presser while we were talking to Lathan, so it was unfortunate timing. But I was really someone did ask him still about coming back to Arizona and playing here, and he was just reflecting on how kind of profound it is that his second NFL game was here in Arizona, and he got to have so many of his family members and friends in the stands. We saw him as he was walking back out towards the bus. There was a handful of people who were still just waiting, and he came by and gave them all hugs, friends, family, his parents. He said his grandparents were there, and that he was honored that it was close enough that they could come out from Hawaii, and he was able to still play in front of them just like he was down here in Tucson. So, obviously disappointed in not pulling out the win on that from their perspective, but I think they were both still able to kind of understand the significance of being able to come back and play in Arizona.
Yeah, they had a whole row of seats down there on that lower level. Then they are all wearing their number 4 jerseys for sure. Yep. Jenna Fink joining us from News 4 Tucson. She was covering the Cardinals and the Panthers on Sunday in Glendale. Hey, Jenna, for people maybe that don't understand how that works from a reporting standpoint, kind of walk folks through, your regiment, when you go up there, what you're trying to attack, how you're trying to, like you mentioned, you're trying to get one player in the locker room while another player is in the interview room. I've been down that road a number of times, having covered the National Football League for 4 years. You're trying to figure out, should I go to the locker room? Should I go to the interview room? How do you kind of attack to your style of how you want to report an event like that?
Yeah, well, just in the case of this, it was a lot of pre-planning, so I was able to speak with Lathan's parents before I went up there, so I had their conversations. And then when I went up there, I knew, obviously, we were going to be talking about Lathan and T-Mac. That was going to be the big story from the Tucson perspective. So, yeah, when we went down there, made sure that we were going to be able to get into the visitors' locker room. And at first we thought that T-Mac would be at his locker, so we would be able to just go to him, but they ended up bringing him into the podium because he had such a good game, so despite their loss. So it just kind of unfortunately didn't work out timing-wise, but you just do the best you can, and, still really special to be able to highlight both of their returns.
Yeah, gone are the days where you can have one person in the locker room and one person in the interview room. Those days don't
I
exist
had to
anymore.
kind of pick and choose.
Absolutely. Jenny, just your thoughts on Arizona. You've obviously been covering Arizona Wildcats football as well. Your thoughts on the 3-0 start to the season, what you've seen, what you like so far about this team.
Yeah, I mean, I think, there's a lot to like. I think we've seen flashes of brilliance with this new offense in terms of, especially the second week with Noah Fafita and how he played against Weber State, but still a very impressive performance from him. And the two transfer running backs that have come in with Quincy Craig and Ishmael Mahdi, both of them have had incredibly dynamic performances out of necessity with some of those guys being banged up early. But it's really cool to see them step up. And the defense has been unbelievable. I mean, incredibly locked down defense, and it's been really fun to watch, and Brent Brennan has talked about it a lot with the red line, but you can really see it out there. And it was something that maybe you didn't see a year ago when Kansas State, last year when things started to unravel for them, they kind of let it unravel. But this year, that third quarter was in the Kansas State game was a scary start. Suddenly that lead was gone and it was a tie game, but they kind of stayed the course, never let it get too big. And so I think that showed a lot of growth from both the players, but also with the coaching staff as well. So I think they're in a really good position now, getting a chance to get healthy a little bit, do some self-scouting and going into Iowa State, which is going to be a tough and exciting Big 12 opener for them.
We've got Arizona Basketball Media Day coming up this week.
Mm-hmm.
What are you most looking forward to about that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot because we're going to be able to kind of sit down. They're doing it a little differently. We're going to be able to sit down with a lot of, I think, pretty much all the players. So it's going to be really cool just to get to know a little bit about them. So many newcomers this year, and we've gotten to speak with them a little bit. But just getting a chance to get to know who these players are off the court. We're going to get to see what they do come October, November. It's already here before we know it, but I think it's going to be fun just to get to know a little bit about them as people in addition to who they are as players.
There you go. That'll be coming up on Friday over at the McHale Center. Jen, I appreciate you taking a minute to join us today on the show and kind of tell us about what was happening up in Glendale on Sunday for the Cardinals and the Panthers.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Jenna Fink from News 4 Tucson. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. You'll hear from Lathan Ransom. You'll hear from, we already heard from T-Mac. You'll hear from Lathan Ransom coming up as well. We'll get you our BetMGM Network top play for tonight. It involves the second Monday Night Football game that is happening. You'll hear that game right here on Wildcats Radio 1290 at around 7 o'clock. The LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders in an AFC West affair. Texans with an early 10-7 lead over Tampa Bay in Monday Night Football game number 1. Cricket right now getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collision Valencia and Benson Highway and Valencia collision reported there. Some slowdowns on the westbound Ajo Way approaching Mission Road. Also backups for southbound La Cholla at Ajo Way. There's a very slight chance of some showers into the evening. 97, mostly sunny tomorrow. 99 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places to take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start, and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up. And I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero!
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it!
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco!
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
The savings are hot now at Royal Kia with 0% APR financing. 0% for 48 months on the sporty Kia Sorento or the Kia Sportage. 0% for 60 months on the electric Kia EV6 and Kia EV9. Or 0% for 72 months on the Kia Niro. 000. Must finance with Kia Motors Finance. On approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $20.83 per month per $1,000 financed at 0% for 48 months. $16.67 per month per $1,000 financed at 0% for 60 months. $13.89 per month per $1,000 financed at 0% for 72 months. No security deposit. K32295, K31472, K23057. See dealer for details. Offers end 10/1/25. The savings are hot with 0% financing. Now at Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or RoyalKia.com.
This is Bill Ryder with the Sports Minute, sponsored by BetMGM. Own your moment. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Chiefs are 0-2. And while last year, 3 of the 9 teams, the Ravens, the Broncos, and the Rams, all somehow came back to make the postseason, it's going to be daunting for Kansas City. They don't look as sharp, they look older, and they're not striking fear into opponents the way they used to. This is Mahomes' biggest challenge. I'm Bill Ryder.
What's up, football fans? Picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first touchdown scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Arizona only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us. You can text us as well. You maybe heard us mention with Jenna Fink from News 4 Tucson. Arizona Basketball Media Day is coming up on Wednesday over at McHale Center. We'll be doing the show live, so we're taking the show on the road for the second consecutive Wednesday. We were out at Showtime Cards last Wednesday. We'll be over at McHale Center for Media Day coming up this Wednesday. And so we'll have all your interviews. Looking forward to that coming up as we start the official start to the Arizona basketball season. It seems like it just came that quickly.
Can we take prop bets?
On the basketball team?
Number of questions about LeBron to Bryce.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not going to say he won't be available to do sit-down interviews, but I know that they're managing his schedule a little bit, maybe more, than the other guys in terms of his availability. So we'll see.
I'm obviously very much joking because, if everything I've ever heard from Bryce James, he's got a great head on his shoulders. He's all about the right things. He's always talk about team and all that stuff and trying to get stronger and better. And yet, I guarantee you a lot of questions will just boil it down to the simplicity of what's it like growing up with the guy who has the all-time leading NBA scorer.
It's only natural. I mean, having grown up in maybe not to a situation to that extent, but something similar,
sure.
you kind of get used to it. It becomes just a part of your life and who you are. And so you deal with it appropriately, and you accept that there's a lot of people that love your father.
I'm putting it out there to the universe because I'm hoping that the questions are, Bryce, where do you see yourself in the rotation this year, potentially next year, and what do you need to work on most to get there?
Yes. There you go.
That's what I want to hear.
There you go. We'll make sure that we get those questions. And in fact, maybe you can ask those questions. I think you probably will go with me to that on Wednesday. Surprise! 520.
Hey, no, I love McHale. It's like second home to me. Never turned down an opportunity to go to McHale.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. We're talking about Lathan Ransom. Let's hear from Lathan Ransom after his game yesterday for the Carolina Panthers against the Arizona Cardinals. His first game back here in Arizona since he played. I want to say that team was if it was not the state championship game, it was the state semifinals that they played that team with him and Bijan and Bruno Fina. Just a great recruiting class. Last time he played a game here in the state of Arizona.
Anytime I get in there, I just want to go in there and do my job and try to find a different way to contribute. Yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Did it feel like a homecoming based on how you went to school, high school 100 miles away?
Yeah, definitely. I never had a game in Arizona since high school, so this is the biggest game that my people have ever been to, so the most family members I've ever had at a game, so it was definitely exciting and meant a lot to me.
I spoke to your parents earlier this week just about the journey. Your mom especially emotional, just about getting to see you back here and in front of everybody. What does it mean to you to look up and see so many people that have supported you over the years here?
Yeah, it means everything. Anytime my mom used to come to a game, I try to give her a hug and stuff before the game. So I've been doing that since high school. Do it at Ohio State, and being able to do it in the NFL was a great moment. I think just, looking back and how hard it was to get here. I didn't have an easy journey, went through injuries, went through trials, tribulations, but my parents were my backbone throughout that whole time. So to be able to get here in this surreal moment, for them to be able to enjoy their son playing at the biggest stage meant a lot to me.
Any similarities between starting your pro career and your collegiate career? Because you didn't play that much when you first started at Ohio State, but you're getting on the field a little bit more. Is the adjustment at all similar at all, or no?
Yeah, definitely similar. You got to earn your play time. So that's something that Ohio State told me, that regardless if it's special teams or coming in on certain situations, you got to earn it. You got to make plays, be able to get on. So that's what I'm doing now, man. I'm just trying to contribute every way I can.
You talked about it being a homecoming. How did it feel when you guys touched down here in Arizona?
Hot.
you forgot now.
Hot.
But just playing in Arizona, a state that helped shape you into the player that you are.
Yeah, it always means a lot to me when I come back to Arizona. Anytime I go somewhere, I always try to shout out Tucson, because people always think Arizona. No, it's Tucson, not Phoenix, and it's Tucson. So I always try to show them love and give a shout out to them because they got a special place on my heart.
I know you weren't here last year, but this is I think the best rush defense performance in 15 games or something. What do you think kind of changed this week in practice? What was working well today?
Yeah, I think that our coaches made a huge emphasis on that at practice, making tackles, open field tackles, stopping the run, and I think that's just hats off to the D-line, to the linebackers, and everyone just executing their jobs, and I think they did that well, and we're going to continue to get better.
What was your point of view on DJ's interception?
Shoot. I was on the sideline that play, but super excited, super happy, and I was great to see that play and got to get in that celebration a little bit.
And then, were you on the field for the onside play?
I was. It's crazy. Damani came up to me before that and was like, he gonna go get it. And so Damani's one of my closest friends on the team. So if I was mic'd up, you'd hear me cheering the whole time, excited that Damani was able to make that play.
You know, people talk about the speed of the game being different in the NFL. What's been the biggest adjustment that you've faced?
Luckily at Ohio State, we played on big-time games against some of the best teams in the country to where the speed was a lot similar, but there's always, yes, it is a step faster. Every player is the best at their position, so I'm just, getting used to every player being the best that there is, and, some of the schemes and stuff like that is what I had to use to.
And also, we saw you walking in with T-Mac. Did you know him before your rookie year? Have you become friends with him at all?
Oh, yeah, he's my teammate, so yeah, we were friends, but I didn't know him too well before, getting here, but built a great relationship with him, and honestly, all the rookie class here are some of my closest friends, so it's been cool to build relationships with all of them.
Lathan Ransom, South Point Catholic High School, after his return to the Great State 48 Sunday with his NFL team, the Carolina Panthers, all but in a loss to the Arizona Cardinals by a score of 27-22. So he goes, again, 2 weeks in a row. He goes from major game back in his home state this past Sunday to this coming Sunday, now going up against his former high school teammate, Bijan Robinson. That's going to be a whole lot of fun if they are on the field at the same time, and Latham has a chance to tackle Bijan Robinson. I'm sure a guy that he tackled a lot in high school during practice.
Right?
Exactly. Maybe even in who knows? I think they both played with the Tucson Falcons for a minute, so he might have had a chance to tackle him once or twice in a youth game. Going up as well, but now it's on the highest level, and that'll be a whole lot of fun.
I wonder how many times that happens every season, where not only do two players who came from the same high school team on the same year they played together, but on opposite sides of the ball match up in the NFL.
That'd be I would be interested to find out. Well, I mean, I would think it's probably happens a little bit more than we think it does, just because you have so many kids, like maybe from Florida, the power football schools, Florida's, Texas's, where you'll get kids like that, multiple kids from a team that'll make it into the NFL. So you might see that occasionally. But that would be a good thing to maybe look up and see how often or that happens, or at least if it's happened this season.
Just this past Friday, it happened with former University of Arizona players, because didn't Trey Spivey say that he had been playing high school ball with Gunnar Maldonado for a period of time, if not mistaken?
Absolutely. I think they were all in that same round. I'm not sure if Gunnar went to, I know that Trey and Genesis all went to the same high school.
That's it.
I'm not sure if Gunnar went to that high school, but I'm sure they all played against.
Think about junior high to high school, right?
Yeah.
And the percentage of players from junior high that make to high school, percentage of high school players that make it to college, percentage of college players that make it into the NFL. The chances of two NFL players at the highest level actually being on the field active versus each other in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing, I don't know. I'll have to look up these specific stats, but it says here pretty rare.
Yeah. We will have that game for you, though. So we've got, we don't have, obviously, we had the Falcons last night. So you had Bijan. How about that? We had Bijan on our air last night. We've had pretty much everybody. Now we get T-Mac and Latham every week, because we are the official Southern Arizona home of the Carolina Panthers. We had Tyler Loop in week 1, Sunday Night Football, on our station here when the Ravens lost that heartbreaker to the Bills. And next weekend we'll get all three again. We'll get Bijan and Lathan and T-Mac, Carolina versus Atlanta, with coverage beginning at 9 o'clock with the Panthers pregame show right here on Wildcats Radio 1290, kickoff at 10 a.m.
I'm trying to think of who we're missing.
We had Bill. Last Thursday night as well. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, because we had the Commanders and the Packers. So I think we've had pretty much. We haven't had Nick Folk yet in the Jets. Who knows if we'll ever get them, because they're
Jordan
not
Morgan,
very good.
Jonah.
Packers. Yeah, we had Packers last. We didn't even talk about Jordan last week.
Demetrius.
which that will be some that we may be having because they play Sunday night against the
He's
Chiefs.
with the Cowboys, right? Is he the Cowboys now?
Flanagan Fowles?
Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, as far as I know, is with the Giants still.
Yeah, New York, yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be Sunday night this upcoming week.
There's also Gary Brightwell, right?
Mm-hmm. Is he active?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
We'll have to look at all the folks.
Cowing, is he active?
Cowing
49ers.
Yeah, we haven't had them yet.
I think he's not active. He's injured reserve.
Yeah, he might be injured.
Yeah.
Yep. So
anyway,
we'll see.
We're crossing him off the list.
Yes, we are. Stay here because we've got all your best NFL football. Right now, it is Tampa Bay 14, Houston 10. That's in the second quarter. If you want to listen to that game, we've got that game for you over on Freedom 1400 KTUC. Right now, coming up later tonight at 7 o'clock after Panther Talk, we'll have game 2 of the Monday night schedule this evening. The Raiders and the Chargers from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Right now, we've got Dragon Ball. He's got everything happening. Oh, we'll come back to that. We can come back to that because that's about our second game. So we'll come back to our BetMGM Network top play in the 5 o'clock hour. Let's get Dragon Ball in here with his update, everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona, as well as sports around the world.
A quick wrap-up of everything that happened around campus this past weekend. Besides football teams win over Kansas State, Arizona soccer managed to go ahead and let the scoring explode for them with a 5-2 win over Grand Canyon University. Triathlon finished second place at the Desert Edge Collegiate Cup at Loma, Colorado. In a tough weekend for Arizona volleyball, they lose both of their games at the Washington tournament up in Seattle this past weekend. The Diamondbacks, meanwhile, end up getting the series win over the Twins to finish off their road trip in Minnesota. It was made easy thanks to James McCann flashing the lumber with a return to the park that got him his first round tripper.
McCann drives it deep to left field. That ball's on its way, and it's gone. James McCann, who hit his first ever homer here at Target Field and inside the Parker, and that one's out of here. And with one swing, McCann has knocked in 4 runs.
It's better when you hit him over the fence. You don't have to run as hard. He did get a fastball tailing back toward the middle of the plate, and he barreled that ball to left field.
Better to trot than to run. With the 4 runs McCann brought in, the Diamondbacks got the win and remain 2 games back of the final National League wild card spot and now set themselves for a showdown with the Giants in a key series for potential playoff positioning. Another key injury in the NFL as the star quarterback Joe Burrow will not be able to play through a turf toe injury he sustained against the Jaguars this past Thursday, with reports suggesting the surgery is slated for former LSU star that will sideline Burrow for the next 3 months. It'll be backup Jake Browning's job to hold the position down until Burrow returns, if at all, later on this season. And I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Your home for U of A football.
Nobody will catch him. Touchdown, Arizona.
Men's basketball.
Midcourt. Shot is up. Good.
And baseball.
Here comes the winning run. And the Cats have won it.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Collisions that are reported Fort Lowell and Mountain and Fort Lowell, Craycroft and 29th Street, and also Valencia and Benson Highway. Some slowing from northbound I-19 merging onto westbound I-10. There's a very slight chance of some showers into the evening. 97, mostly sunny tomorrow. 99 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Think about it. You take thousands of steps every day. Shouldn't every single one of them feel amazing? Well, with Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins, they can. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to design a shoe that provides amazing arch support for all-day comfort. And best of all, you get all this comfort, stability, and support with the ease of Skechers slip-ins technology. Just slip them on. There's no bending down and no struggling to tie your shoes. Just step in and go. Try Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
O'Reilly.
check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
So hot. Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought. This AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Hey you, we've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here, you're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
PK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 3 of our show on this Monday. So glad you could be with us. Victory Monday. Because everybody won this weekend. Your Arizona Wildcats knocked off Kansas State 23-17. We'll get into that with Lamont Lovett, the running back, class of 1994, coming up in this hour. As well as your Cardinals won yesterday over the Carolina Panthers, 27-22. Calais Campbell played his first game at back at State Farm Stadium since years ago, since leaving to go away during free agency. Always great to see, again, legendary players come back. And we asked the question earlier. We didn't make it our official question of the game, but I may put that up after the show. We'll talk about it again tomorrow. Where is he on the lexicon of most popular athletes or most popular Cardinals players in this century? Because we all know Larry Fitzgerald is number one. Unequivocally, I would think Larry Fitzgerald is number one. And I don't even know if that's a debate. Is that even a debate? No.
No, because, I mean, you think of who is off the field, right?
Yeah.
Gentleman, classy, all about the community and all that whole thing. And then on the field, he is one of the 5 best wide receivers ever.
Yep.
I mean, certainly up there, 11 Pro Bowls. I mean, all the numbers speak for themselves. So as far as a person to represent your organization, my question, DK, is you got the mom, right? And she got the 2 kids, and they both play for 2 different teams, Ohio State and Michigan. And when they play each other, she's got the split jersey. So we all know that you're a Browns fan. But when the Panthers are playing the Cardinals, as a sports director for this station, and you cover both those teams, is that a situation where you got to kind of split, where there's like half Panthers, half Cardinals from your production hat? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we've got to promote the team we're covering for sure.
The official home of the Southern Arizona home of the Carolina Panthers.
Absolutely. We've got you'll hear from the head coach coming up. Panther Talk tonight at 7:00. We've had Lathan for you and T-Mac. We'll have them at least as much as we can chat with them this season. We'll make sure maybe we'll have a few guests. Well, now that we've gotten comfortable in week 2, we'll see maybe if some of the broadcasters want to come on with us out here as well. Yeah, absolutely. People are wondering, like, why are you carrying the Carolina Panthers games? What is that? There's no connection to Arizona.
Real quick, back to your Cardinals thing. Like, I think Kurt Warner would have been, considered to be, because of bringing the Cardinals to the heights that he did. And it was so unexpected, number one. And number two, it was, it was the first time they'd ever really done any major damage here in the desert since moving from St. Louis.
Yeah.
And his whole backstory, and just his personality, I think he would have been right up there. But I don't think there's any argument, DK. I mean, I'd like to hear callers if they have an argument that Larry Fitzgerald is not the best representative of the Cardinals in their Arizona history anyway.
Let's, I always like, because now, you've got all these different, Chat GPT and AI, all this, and you can just pop in a question and see what comes up. Let's do that. I'm popping that question in right now. The most popular Arizona Cardinals of the 21st century. Now, it says based on search volume and popularity across North America.
That could be positive or negative.
Exactly. Larry Fitzgerald is still number 1. And again, this is I think just based. This is not based on anything that has to do mostly with Cardinals fans. This is probably more globally known. If I said that to you, who are the most globally known Cardinals? What would you say?
I would think it would have to still be Larry Fitzgerald for the sheer fact of he's the most promotable face of the franchise that they really, in essence, have ever had since they came to the Phoenix area. So, again, like, you got to go back to, like, when they first showed up. I mean, who were some of the first guys that really kind of made a name for themselves with the Cardinals when they moved to Phoenix? And probably, like, the first guy that comes to my mind would be, like, Aeneas Williams. But then after that...
Remember, because there's 2 eras, right? You had the 10 years of the Phoenix Cardinals.
Yes.
And then they rebranded to the Arizona Cardinals because they realized maybe people in Tucson and Flagstaff don't want to root for the Phoenix Cardinals.
Yeah.
So let's make them the Arizona Cardinals instead. But that was a 10-year era for sure. So I don't know who would be the Phoenix Cardinals.
So they gave you, so this is the question. I put it into whatever this is, Google AI, as most popular Arizona Cardinals of the 21st century. It spewed out 3 names. One, the name at the top is Larry Fitzgerald. The other 2 might surprise you, but probably not. But they have not. Well, one of the names we've mentioned in terms of this, but give me a guess on one of the other 2 names.
Well, I've already seen all the names, so I'm probably not the one to ask.
I would go ahead and say just
so this is globally this century.
I mean, Kurt Warner would probably be the other one, I would think.
No, much more recent.
Oh, more recent. Kyler?
Kyler Murray is number 2.
Okay.
And
that's the Heisman
Patrick Peterson
juice, right?
is number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 pick Heisman will put you up on the top of lists of popularity.
Absolutely. And again, this was said it was based on search volume, which means people searching that name or Cardinals, football players as well as popularity across North America. So not necessarily, again, this is when you pop it into AI, Google AI or whatever, not you're not going to get a Arizona-based centric kind of response to that. This is they're filtering in the entirety of the United States in that respect.
I just realized another person that would definitely be like one of the most remembered characters in the history of the Arizona Cardinals.
Who's that?
Rod Tidwell.
Oh, you're going way back now.
Am I?
Yeah,
Are you thinking of Jerry Maguire?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. That's 90s, right?
1996.
That's 90s.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the whole nother century ago.
Hey, that man.
Show me the money.
That's a whole nother century ago. All right, let's give you your BetMGM Network top play for tonight's second Monday Night Football game.
A Monday night double dip. I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Bucks visit the Texans first, but let's look at the Chargers-Raiders nightcap. Justin Herbert and company, a 3.5-point road favorite in Vegas, playing the total at over 46.5, expecting Herbert and Geno Smith to keep their hot starts going. Go over. I'm Joe Ostrowski from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, over 46.5 for the game in Las Vegas tonight. Right now, that's sitting at minus 110 at BetMGM. So your $12.90 bet will win you $11.73. We also do have a prop on this game that is happening right now, and unfortunately, we are losing that at the moment. We've got, just let me double check and make sure we're losing on that one. We've got a anytime touchdown by Mike Evans for Tampa Bay. Anytime touchdown at plus 160. Right now, the Buccaneers have scored twice. Baker Mayfield has thrown a touchdown pass to Ryan Miller, and he has thrown a touchdown pass to Emeka Egbuka. How about Emeka Egbuka? That's 3 touchdowns now in 2 games of his rookie season.
And this is a Buccaneers offense that still does not have Chris Godwin on it. And this is why I said I like Baker to be your passing leader going into this season. He's got a lot of weapons that he's able to
Apparently,
utilize.
he's got a little bit of a leg injury on the last play.
Yeah, I did see that.
Poor Baker.
Also, I want to just formally apologize to you, David Kelly. I told you to take the under in that 49ers and Saints game, and I suffered from that.
Oh my gosh! See, now we're losing. Now we're losing with Dragon Ball giving us advice.
Oh, I'm so mad.
Oh my gosh!
Where did the 2 touchdowns in the second half come from?
What was it? Was 41, and they finished it, so it wasn't that much over. But it was
47 points, and the over/under was 40.5.
40.5.
So I was just mad that once the second half started because it was 16-7 at half. I'm thinking, okay, just don't let them do it. Why are the Saints scoring on the first? Oh no, this is not going to go well. I can already feel it.
We also did not necessarily come out that well. We had all those props, remember, from the Thursday night game.
Yes.
We didn't come out. We won because we took the Packers minus the 3, so we did win on that. And we picked up $11.73 there. But we lost with Terry McLaurin, who had scored every time that he had played the Packers. He had scored a touchdown. He did not. He finished with 5 catches for 48 yards and did not score a touchdown. And we also lost with Jaden Daniels going over 48.5 yards rushing. He had just 7 carries for 17 yards. He, Ja'Cory Krosky, Bill, and Austin Eckler, who's now hurt,
Achilles injury done for the year.
Done for the year, yeah. All had 17 yards rushing in that game. So they could not really run the football against that Packers team, which I believe now, I believe the Browns play the Packers next. So, oh boy.
What you're saying is Micah Parsons is doing all right.
He's doing all right. I mean, are they the best team in the NFC right now?
In the NFC,
I like to
North,
wait till 6 games in
the North, but not the conference.
In the NFC North, maybe. In the overall conference, like J-Dub, I want to wait about 6 weeks to see where everybody starts to line up in. I'd like to wait until that spot because let me just say, the Eagles don't look that bad. I mean, granted, Jalen Hurts looks like a check-down artist right now, but still a team to beat. They are the defending champs. And don't look now. The 49ers are unbeaten after 2 weeks, And they're doing it with the defense leading the way. They've actually got a solid pass rusher outside of Bosa. That could be a thing to watch for in the NFC.
So we lost 2 out of 3 over the weekend, which means we are getting further in the hole. We're now over $165 in the hole on this new season of ours. We are, 24 and 37 overall, so 13 games under 500 if we're keeping score that way as well. Got a lot of making up to do. Mike Evans, we need an anytime touchdown. That's a plus 160 bet, so we really need that to hit because that'll give us put a little bit of money in our pocket. And Chargers Raiders over 46.5 tonight would also do us well. We'll see how all of that plays out. Those are your BetMGM Network top plays for today. I do believe we also had one baseball that I did not put on here. We had no, actually, we did not have one baseball. That was they gave us a game from 2 days ago. I don't know why they did that. All right, 520-848-1290. Now pleased to be joined by the fourth member of our team. Her name is Cricket. Time now for my favorite segment of Monday. What was the best thing you did this past weekend? We'll start with Dragon Ball. Best thing you did this past weekend?
Moved a whole set of
moved a whole
set of furniture out from one house to another.
Ooh.
I had to move a bed frame, moved cabinets and all this other stuff. A lot of moving, a lot of setup.
Do you consider yourself a handyman? Because I need a bed frame moved from my mom's.
Not at all. Not at all.
You got a truck?
I don't have a truck.
No,
that's someone else.
I got a huge, heavy.
If you own a truck, never tell someone you own a truck. That's the rule. Have a truck, but leave it in the back of the house.
Yeah, you either own a truck or you have no friends that move.
Yes.
Ever.
All right. So you moved stuff from one house to another.
From one house to another.
All right. Was this for helping a friend?
No,
or?
This was from moving the furniture setup from my grandmother's spare bedroom to my master bedroom because we apparently needed new bedroom furniture for the missus in my life.
There you go. She controls everything.
Yes, she does.
Go. Cricket, best thing you did this weekend?
I just hung out with the family. I got to see the girls, the nieces, the nephew.
Okay.
Brother, sister, brother-in-law.
Was there any movie watching or cooking of fancy foods that were involved with that?
We did like a nacho taco bar.
Nacho taco bar?
Yeah.
So you set, when you say that, you set it all up on and everybody could just kind of have a little bit of everything?
Yeah.
Nice.
So we did that.
So what meats on the tacos did we have?
It was just ground beef, I guess.
Ground beef.
Seasoned ground beef.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I like seasoned ground beef there. I had tacos for lunch yesterday up at Flanker, which is one of the nice restaurants up at the Cardinals game.
Oh, fancy.
J-Dub, best thing you did this past weekend. He's got to answer the phone now. Yeah. J-Dub's answering phones there because there apparently are people that want to talk to us. All right, we are going to talk to Lamont Lovett coming up here. We'll talk some Arizona Wildcats football with him. We will get back to J-Dub's best thing coming up a little bit later. Cricket right now, though, getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives. Oh, by the way, Cricket, the best thing I did, I went up to a sports a bar and watched Ohio State at the Ohio State bar with a bunch of other people from Ohio.
Yeah.
And they threw, every time the Buckeyes would score, they threw out Jell-O shots.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun crowd.
Are you a Jell-O shot fan?
It would probably be just I would end up on the floor probably. But I have done Jell-O shots when I was much younger.
If you'd have been there 2 weeks ago when Ohio State scored 70-plus points, you'd have definitely been on the floor.
Goodness.
They only scored 37, I think, on
Saturday. I will also choose Cricket's Nacho Taco Bar as my best thing this week.
Oh, you made a taco bar?
No, it's a Reddit meme. I talked to one of my best friends, Allie, for 2 hours yesterday or on Saturday. And I haven't talked to her in 9 months. So catching up with her and getting the details on her trip to Greece and all that. That's probably the best thing I did this weekend. Old friends, and it doesn't seem like time passes. A couple years go by. Having a good catch up with an old friend, that's the best thing I did.
Where does she live now?
She's in Tampa. She's the one I drove her car out to Tampa that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's been out in Tampa for 4.5, 5 years now.
Awesome. That's good. It's always good to catch up with old friends. There we go. All right, Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
And from the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. At 22nd Street and Aviation Parkway, traffic signals malfunctioning. Collisions occurred Craycroft and 29th Street, Fort Lowell and Mountain, also northbound I-19 near Ajo Way. Expect some slowing. There's a very, very slight chance of possibly some showers tonight. 97, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 97 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The international games are back on NFL Network. And here our stars come out in the morning. So wake up and watch the game's best. Light up the world stage. 6 games across Europe with a return to London and debuts in Dublin, Berlin, and Madrid. Snooze off. Game on. It's Sunday morning football. The NFL International Games, only on NFL Network, starting September 28th.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives his scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
The days of waiting weeks or even months for new countertops is over. The Window Depot has a wide selection of in-stock granite and quartz countertops, so you can upgrade your kitchen or bathroom now. From sleek, modern quartz to timeless granite, we have the perfect countertop to match your style and budget. And it's ready to take home today. Our team is here to help you choose the perfect countertop at the lowest price and get it home fast. Visit a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The defending WNBA champion New York Liberty began their postseason journey on Sunday and grabbed an overtime victory against the Phoenix Mercury, 76-69. Fifth-seeded New York was led on the road by Natasha Cloud, who finished with 23 points. Her teammate, Sabrina Ionescu, scored 16 and dished out 7 assists. The Liberty have had an up-and-down season, but Ionescu and her squad tapped into their playoff experience on Sunday.
Kind of been in that position before with the majority of us. Just understanding how important overtime is and knowing we had another gear to get to. And, I'm really just proud of the way that we stuck together. We weathered the runs that they went on and ultimately found a way to win.
New York can close out their first-round playoff series at home with a victory over the Mercury in Wednesday's Game 2. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Olivia Harlan-Decker on Westwood One.
For the first time ever, you can get all of ESPN in the new ESPN app, along with Disney Plus and Hulu, with one incredible offer. The most live sports, biggest blockbusters, and most talked about shows. Get it all in one bundle for $29.99 a month for 12 months. Visit Disney Plus Hulu ESPNBundle.com for details. Ad-supported plan auto renews at regular price. Currently $35.99 a month, subject to change. Unless canceled. Ends 1/5/26. Terms apply.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Second down and 7. Petito will take the snap, hand off. Monty breaks it out to the 40, to the 51 men to beat, to the 40 and out of bounds inside the Kansas State 40-yard line. First down, Arizona.
Marty is like it's like a cannonball shot out. He just took off through that hole, found a crease, and he is in the secondary just like that.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. Wildcats Radio 1290 is proud to bring you all of the football insights from our Arizona insiders. Our Arizona insiders are brought to you by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
All right, it's the bye week. So, again, no Brent Brennan show tonight over at the Union Public House. You can go enjoy Modelo Mondays, but there will be no radio show there today. Wildcats, though, will be playing Iowa State a week from this coming Saturday at 4 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock in Ames, Iowa. That is where Lamont Lovett will be for, I would imagine, what might be the first time. He's your Arizona insider and joins us now. Have you ever been to Ames, Iowa, Lamont Lovett?
No, I have not.
Have you ever heard anything?
I'm looking forward to it.
Have you ever? I've never been to Ames. I've been to Des Moines, Iowa, and I think that's the only place I've ever been in Iowa is Des Moines. Have you ever heard anything? Have you heard anything about Ames, Iowa?
I don't know a whole lot about it. I know that we're supposed to. Brian was saying when we get to town, there's a place where we can get some fresh trout. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with trout. Let's do that. So that's all I know about Iowa, unfortunately.
So are you a fish guy? Is that like, are you a big time fish eater? Do you do any fishing at all?
No, I wish I could fish, but I definitely eat all the fish I can. I love salmon. I'm a big salmon guy. But yes, absolutely.
All right, 3 games into this season, Lamont, just what are your top takeaways from what we've seen from this Arizona Wildcats team? J-Dub and Dragon Ball had them 3-0 because they had them beating Kansas State. These are preseason picks I'm talking about. I had them 2-1, although I did have them after the season started, after a reevaluation, I did have them winning the game on Friday night. What's been your assessment of this team so far?
I'm really happy with the growth. I'm happy with the direction of the defense. I mean, the defense has been, a pleasant surprise. They could be one of the better units in the country from what I'm seeing so far. But I mean, we have to let that play out. But they came out the gate. I mean, they're really shutting teams down. And really, if it wasn't for just a couple of the one big play that K-State had, they pretty much shut K-State down. And then the turnover on the punt that gave them a short field. But you can't be mad at how well they're playing on the defensive side of the ball. They're stopping the run, doing a great job of really not letting teams have big passing games against us. So, but that's number one. Number two, I really like the growth of Noah. I think Noah is back. He's back on track. I don't think that he's not perfect yet, but I think he's more the Noah that we remember from his first year than last season. So, and I feel like he's gotten over a lot of it, and he's still growing into the system. But he's had some good games, and he's directing the offense. He's getting the teams into the the right sets and everything, so he's doing a good job. And then the running game is just really been off the charts, and so. I mean, I think that if you can stop the run and you can run, I think you have an opportunity in every game that you play. The bad is obviously the penalties, and I think that they need to, sharpen that up. Just continue to work on that, and I think if you put a focus on it, those are things that can be corrected. They're all correctable. But yeah, overall, I'm very excited with the way that they're playing, and I knew the K-State game was going to be tough. And they came out on the right side of it, so that's a good thing.
Lamont Lovett is joining us, running back, U of A football class of 1993. He is your Arizona insider. It is, as always, brought to you by Modelo. Modelo is a official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Lamont, you mentioned obviously the defense has came right out of the gate shutting teams down. I've been saying they came right out in fall camp shutting down their own offense. So this first 3 games to me has been a microcosm of what we saw during fall camp, and that's a defense playing at a very high level. An offense that runs the ball more effectively than at times they pass the ball. I mean, a lot of the penalties I think we're seeing with the holding calls and whatnot were very similar to what we saw when at times I felt like the offense was overwhelmed by the defense in fall camp. What's the quickest remedy to that? Because obviously you're dealing with a young man in Rhino Tapuatotai, who's coming back from injury, still doesn't have his sea legs, but he's been able. What's nice is he's been able to kind of make these failures in winning situations here in these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that's the best thing. I mean, it's not going to be perfect no matter what happens when you got new guys on the offensive line. The good thing about it is they're not getting physically overpowered. That's the good thing. I mean, I thought at times last year, sometimes I just thought, they weren't getting movement like you like to see. These guys are physical. I mean, I'm liking the way that they are moving guys off the ball. I'm liking the way that, the running game is very physical, and they've shown it in every game so far. So I'm actually, pleasantly surprised at how physical they are this year in the run game, and that's just really. It's kind of a reflection of your coach. Whenever you have like a coach that's a hard-nosed guy like that, Seth Deggy, and that's what he demands out of him. That's the way the team plays. And so I'm still, like I said, I'm optimistic about the offense. I think that there's a lot there to work with. So that's the part that I feel like they still have some speed. They got speed at wide receiver. They got some big guys too. I just think that everybody is not healthy yet, and we still haven't seen their full complement, to the passing game yet. So I'm waiting. Hopefully this bye week will let them come out with everybody healthy, and we can really get a chance to see what they look like. It seems like a lot of guys have been banged up, but the potential is there, and so I'm not worried about the passing game because I just know those things take time to develop. But like I said, it's more positive than it is negative. So I'm just, like I said, I'm pretty positive for the most part.
We're chatting with Lamont Lovett, Arizona football radio analyst. In terms of, obviously, your running back, in terms of the running backs, we've seen a high-level performance by Quincy Craig. This week we saw the performance by Ishmael Mahdi that earned him Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week honors. And again, he had some big runs. He had the 60-yard run. He had the 34-yard run. But the play that really, Lamont, stood out to me was when he took the screen pass in the middle of the field, caught that ball in traffic, and he just shot through that hole. Like, that was a burst that I don't think I've seen from a running back here at Arizona in quite a while.
Yeah, that was impressive. And the other thing, it was third and long too.
Yeah.
And he got in, he broke like multiple tackles to get the first down and then some. Yeah, that was a really impressive run. Yeah, that was definitely, and it was an important time where Arizona really needed a first down badly. So, Mahdi, I can't tell you how impressed I am with him. I knew, what his history was because I saw him play last year at Texas State against ASU, and I was impressed with him then. And when we got him, I was like, okay, that's a nice pickup. But he's better than I even thought he was. I mean, because, man, when you turn the lights on and you put him in there, good things happen because he's so explosive. And he's very subtle. He's not one of those guys that's kind of a lot of moves and a lot of footwork, but he just makes one cut and he's gone. And he's good. He's got great balance. And powerful. I really like what I see in him, and I think he's gonna run for a lot of yards. So, yeah, he's a good one.
What did you think of Chuba Maye at left guard? I mean, I went back. I haven't watched the whole game again, but I watched the majority of the first half, and it seemed like every big run play, there was Chuba right there in the middle, clearing out a hole.
Yeah, I know he plays with an edge to him too, which I like. There was a couple of times where the whistle was blowing and he was still driving his guy downfield, which that's the kind of stuff that offensive line coaches love to see. You love to see your guy, searching for those pancakes, and he was out there just driving his guy downfield. I was like, okay, that's contagious. When they see a guy playing like that, playing with that type of effort, it makes the other guys want to kind of get in on the action and do it too. So, yeah, I definitely am impressed with him, and you could tell that he's played there before because he's physical. He's really physical in the run game. I think that's probably, the best possible thing for him. I'd be surprised if he stays there. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays there because, yeah, the run game really, I think he gave them that extra boost. That big play that Mahdi broke the first run, Chuba was on that side and blew that hole wide open.
Who's that one maybe guy on the defensive side of the ball that's really kind of caught your eye, Lamont?
There's a lot of them, to be honest. There's so many great performances on that side of the ball. Obviously, Genesis is a freak. I mean, Genesis to me, he's as good as any safety in our conference. And anytime the ball's in the air, you can be sure that he's around it. And he's almost made some spectacular interceptions.
I just want to see him catch. I want to see him catch one of those.
I know it. He can do it though. Because we've seen him do it, so we know he can. But the one that he had to make that would have been a freaky catch if he caught that one. I mean, that was a really tough catch. But again, he's a ball hawk, and his physicality has really changed. He's come up and he's a hitter too. The whole secondary, to be honest, I've been impressed with him. I don't think there's any guys I could just say, nope, there's the problem. I mean, those guys have played hard. They've all been really physical and downhill. On the D line, there's multiple guys I like there. Obviously, Trey Smith has been impressive. I like Malachi Bailey. I like what's it, McKinley or McKin? What's his name? The number 0. I can't think of his last name.
Oh,
but I think he's
Deshaun McKnight.
McKnight. I'm sorry. Yeah, McKnight. He's explosive. You can see he's got a lot of pop, and you've been seeing him on a lot of plays. I really think that when you have to name like multiple guys on the defense, that's a good thing. Harris, I think he's been a beast. He's really shown himself to be physical all over the field. He's making play after play. So yeah, there's a number of guys really that have stood out, and like I say, that's a good thing.
There you go. We appreciate it, Lamont. Love it. Enjoy your week off. You got any? You get a weekend off? You got weekend plans? Anything exciting?
Watch more football. That's exciting. That's what I'm gonna do. Just kick back and relax.
Don't let your wife hear you say that.
Yes, right. I hear you.
All right, Lamont, we appreciate it. We will hear from you again in a few weeks in Ames, Iowa, after you have that nice trout meal with Brian Jeffries.
Yeah. Hopefully it energizes us enough to where we can go out there and grab another victory on the road.
That would be a big one. That would put you in the top 25 for sure. Lamont Lovett, Arizona football class running back, 1993.
Nobody brings you the inside scoop on your Arizona Wildcats like we do. Today's Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans. Modelo, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. 22nd Street and Aviation Parkway traffic signals malfunctioning. Crash occurred on I-19 northbound I-19 near Ajo Way. Do expect some freeway backups on northbound I-19 as you approach and pass Irvington. A very slight chance of some showers into this evening. 97, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 97 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
Hi, I'm Jordan Benjamin with Done Right Services.
When your home or business needs HVAC, plumbing services, or electrical work, choose a genuine local Tucson company, Done Right Services. With decades of trusted experience and upfront pricing, Done Right Services treats every customer like a valued neighbor. From upgrades to urgent repairs, our licensed professionals deliver quality, care, and craftsmanship you can count on, getting it done right. Call Done Right Services today at 520-369-3966 because you deserve it done right.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
This is Zach Gelb of the Sports Minute, sponsored by Chumba Casino. Your online casino for play, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Gunnar Stockton and Marcel Reed both had miraculous fourth-down plays that helped Georgia defeat Tennessee and Texas A&M take care of business against Notre Dame on Saturday. However, my favorite Week 3 moment in college football was the toughest player in the country, Haynes King, as he led the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech to an epic victory over Clemson. I'm Zach Gelb.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded for Wallner. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and hit in the air to deep right center. Carroll is there. He will make the catch, and the Diamondbacks hang on and win by a final score of 6-4. They win the series, and they remain 2 games out of the third and final wild card spot, with each of their next 9 games coming up at Chase Field.
How about that? How about that? The Diamondbacks are just 2 games out of the wild card. Starting tonight, they've got a homestand. They've got 12 games to go, 9 of which will be at home for the Diamondbacks. And they are just 2 games out of the wild card right now, behind the New York Mets. Who would have thought that a week ago when Lourdes Gurriel went down, and I said, this is probably the final nail in the coffin. But yet somehow this team has hung around. I said it a month ago. I think this has been Torey Lovello's best managing job of his career.
And they're 75-75, which means that some of the field has come back to them.
Yes. Yeah. That's because they haven't really moved off that 500 number at all. At all. The Mets have lost 8 of 10. 8 of 10.
Every time I talk to my dad about this, he says, I told you it was going to happen. I told you the Mets were going to fall apart. He would
he always reminds me that he told me that this was going to happen.
Pessimists are always right.
Yes, they all absolutely always are. And when your father is a Mets fan, you know what a pessimist sounds like.
I mean, the Cubs and the Padres are comfortably in, I think, at this point. But you've got the Mets, the Giants, the D-backs, the Reds, the Cardinals are all just in that big pile there between 73 and 77 wins fighting for that last spot.
I'm not sure about the Cardinals. I mean, that's a team that still is very much on the underside of the run differential going into the last stretch here. But nonetheless, I mean, you're dealing with every team is really right now sitting with only 4 more series left to go before the regular season's over.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've not really heard too many people discuss run differential in baseball. Is that refers to that? But yeah, the Diamondbacks are plus 23 on the season. They are the fourth team in terms of the wild card.
How about the Rockies?
As a whole total, they are minus 397.
Yeah.
Minus 397.
And that's why I mentioned run differential when
Holy
it comes
mackerel.
to wins and losses.
Jesus. Well, and think about it this way: you look at the American League. The team that is the team right now on the outside looking in is the Rangers. They're plus 94, and they are 2 games out of it right now. They've got a higher run differential than the Astros, but the Astros have a 2-game lead right now.
Yep,
over the Rangers in the American League West.
It's a close one.
There you go. All right, the Diamondbacks they won 2 out of 3. They lost Friday night in Minnesota. They were able to pick up a win on Saturday thanks to a 3-run 10th inning.
As the 1-2 is swung on, hit in the air to right, towards the corner goes Larnach looking up. It's off the top of the wall. Carroll will score. Moreno right behind him. It's a 2-run double by Alexander, and it's a 5-2 Diamondback lead.
Blaze Alexander, the big hit on Saturday. Brian McCain brought the lumber on Sunday.
They get another 2-out RBI. This would be a big one. McCann drives it deep to left field. That ball's on its way, and it's gone. James McCann, who hit his first ever homer here at Target Field and inside the Parker, and that one's out of here. And with one swing, McCann has knocked in 4 runs.
Yeah, it's better when you hit him over the fence. You don't have to run as hard.
That is for sure. And again, the Diamondbacks will play the Giants to start a 3-game series tonight at Chase Field. San Francisco 75-74, Arizona 75-75. So a half-game advantage for the Giants, who are sitting in that 4th wild card position. They're a game and a half behind the Mets. The D-backs 2 games behind the Mets. At this point, Torrey says we just have to worry about Arizona. We cannot worry about anybody else but Arizona.
These guys just keep fighting, and that's all I ask is they go out there and give their best effort every single day. Whatever's going on around us, I'm not so concerned about that. Of course, we watch it from afar, but we got to take care of our own business.
There you go. Got to take care of your own business. It starts tonight, 6:40. First pitch. Zach Gallen on the bump has been better of late. 11-14 overall, 4.84 ERA. K.Y. Tang, I believe, is the correct pronunciation of that young man's name. 2-4, a 7.54 earned run average. D-backs are the favorite on the money line tonight at minus 130. Again, 12 games to go in the schedule. You've got 9 of those games at home. You've got the Giants for 3, the Phillies for 3. They're right in the mix trying to close things out, and the Dodgers for 3. So, look, it ain't going to be easy, and then you got to end with San Diego. So, essentially, you could be the last 9 games are likely against teams that are in the playoffs. So, we're going to find out whether or not this Diamondbacks team has it in them to steal a wild card position and get in. All right, we're going to take our final break a little bit earlier. Then we're going to come back. We've got Panther Talk coming up at the top of the hour. One more segment to go. We'll talk about what happened to the Mercury, because they are in a little bit of a hole now, just 1 game into the WNBA playoffs. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported eastbound I-10 east of State Route 83. Also northbound I-19 near Ajo and some slowing. 22nd Street and Aviation Parkway traffic signals malfunctioning. For tomorrow, weather-wise, 97 and mostly sunny and 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at AlaskanAC.com.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At Redbird Scratch Kitchen and Bar, they're all about bold flavors and scratch-made comfort food that hits just right. Now they're bringing that same Redbird magic to Midtown with their brand new location at the Village at Sam Hughes. It's a bright, welcoming space where friends, families, and neighbors can come together. Every dish is made in-house with care, from their famous elote nachos and hand-smashed burgers to flavor-packed wings, fresh tacos, and crisp salads. And their cocktails, inventive, handcrafted, with house-made syrups and fresh squeezed juices. Whether it's happy hour, dinner, or game night, Redbird Scratch Kitchen and Bar. 2 Tucson locations, 1 unforgettable scratch-made experience. Learn more at redbirdrestaurants.com.
And this Friday, we have a sweet deal for you from Redbird Scratch Kitchen and Bar. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Looking for quality windows without the wait? Come to the Window Depot. We carry a huge selection of Milgard windows, in stock now and ready for pickup. Need something custom? No problem. From new construction to full home replacement, we'll help you order the perfect Milgard windows built to fit your space, style, and budget. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the Window Depot makes it easy to get the windows you need fast. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you and see why we're your Milgard window experts.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Excellent defense by the Phoenix Mercury. Thomas decides not to challenge Stewie because she saw Popper, who gets Phoenix back on top. Stewie, good defense by Savali, but Stewie got it to go anyway. Need a quick shot. It has to come from Ionescu. Puts up the shot and just off the back rim. We are going to overtime in Phoenix. Cloud. Decent look, and she knocked down the three.
That's a confident shot.
Clock winding down. Terrific bounce pass. Ionescu finds Phoebus. Phoenix still scoreless in the overtime. Until Thomas with the putback. 1 minute left to go. Phoebus knocks it down. Natasha Cloud was brilliant. You're right, New York much better with their half-court offense than Phoenix was as the Liberty take it 76-69.
And now the Phoenix Mercury in a hole, just one game into the WNBA playoffs, down 1-0 to the champion New York Liberty after losing at home yesterday in overtime. Bad day for Satu Sabally. 2 for 17, 1 for 10 from 3. Nate Tibbetts, what was that?
I think Sa was aggressive tonight. She'll be aggressive. I mean, the thing with 2 for 17 is, she's not trying to miss, right? I think you can control your defense. I loved how she competed at that end. Obviously, there's some shots that she probably wishes she had back. But that happens in the game, right? When you shoot it every time you're thinking about shooting, you're thinking make, and sometimes there's games like this.
Yeah, as a team, just 32% did Phoenix shoot in this contest. Alyssa Thomas just said it was one of those nights where things did not go in for this team.
Yeah, I think we did a great job on the defensive end. Even offensively, I think, we had a lot of open shots. Tonight, they just were in and out for us.
Alyssa, as a veteran, how are you able to, at the end of regulation there, that missed layup, just go on to the next play, have that next play mentality to where it doesn't linger into the next period? Yeah, I mean, playoffs isn't won in one game. Just the unfortunate roll. I made that shot thousands of times. So for me, it's no big deal. Of course, it would have been nice if it went down, but there's still a lot of basketball to play.
Alyssa Thomas, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, but she missed 11 shots in the game. Satu missed 15. Calais Campbell missed 8, 5 of 13, and Monica Koa-Makani went 2 for 11. Game 2 on Wednesday night. Must win now. Got to win to get home for a game 3. We'll see how this all plays out, but in a hole against the champions are the Mercury. All right, that is your your Casino del Sol replay. It is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf. That's going to wrap up our show. Panther Talk coming up next. Monday Night Football after that. Raiders and Chiefs. Thanks to Jenna Fink. Thanks to Lamont Lovett for Dragon Ball, for cricket, for JW Madden. My name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona Athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira-joyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Wildcat fans, the 2025-26 Arizona Athletics season is in full swing, and tickets are on sale now.
Come be a part of the best show in Tucson as your Arizona Wildcats tackle year 2 in the Big 12 and show the nation why this is Wildcat Country. So bring a friend, wear the colors, and get your tickets today by calling the McHale Center ticket office at 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS. Or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/tickets. Bear down.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
Step into a world where rewards never end. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Every moment brings excitement. Every visit unlocks exclusive perks, free play, dining discounts, and more. From high-stakes action to luxurious experiences, your rewards grow with every play. Join today for endless benefits and unforgettable moments. Club Soul. Play more, earn more, experience more. Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Boscoyaki Tribe.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast. 2 powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcast. So if you've been injured, make the right choice. First
Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit cactusauto.com.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
This is Panther Talk on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
We should be sick right now because we see what we can be when we are executing, when we are playing assignment football, and we're playing the fundamentals of ball. We see what we can be, but can we be that consistently? And that's what we're headed for, and that's what we're getting back to work for this week.
And now, along with Jim Szoke and Eugene Robinson, here's Anish Shroff with Panther Talk, live from the Panthers broadcast facility at Bank of America Stadium.
Welcome to Panther Talk, and Anish Shroff.